You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. And over here, on my left, drowning his sorrows, is your boy, Che.
Not yet, man, but I'm about to. Man, let's crack this chiller, though.
Let's get it in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So, let me get that drip. As you guys may know, I'm sure you guys are with me on this. You guys are probably down right now, feeling a little depressed. Your boy was so depressed he didn't even go to the store today, man. He said, man, this is bullshit. So for those reasons, we're having a replay of a beer that I believe we covered maybe about a month back or so. It's been chilling in the fridge since then too.
Nice and cold.
It's solid, bro. Solid. But we got this excuse me. I swear to God, this cough is better, guys. We got this Bike Dog Brewing Co. Tree Wolf, okay? It's a hazy IPA.
Shout out.
It's a 7.3 on the Richter scale.
It's a hitter. It's a little hitter.
It's got a little hit.
Yeah.
It's got a little heat. It's coming with a little heat, man.
Some pop.
It's perfect for today when you're going through some shit. If you just want to finish yourself off, man. You know, you're like, listen, man. I'm depressed. Let's just go all the way fucking there. Let's get shit faced and let's throw back a heavy ass beer. So right here, I got you, man. Go get yourself a 4-pack of Tree Wolf. It won't let you down. You guys could sit down on the couch, think about all the plays that were missed, and hopefully wake up the next day a little bit with a little more optimism.
I finished myself off earlier today. I was done with the notes early. Didn't know what to do with myself. Well, that's a lie. Remind you guys to follow us on Twitter at Pillaging Pod, at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, at Kane MT6. Follow the whole crew at CNPodNet. We got a lot of content rolling at you from the Crow's Nest.
You got damn right.
Merchandise. We're doing a giveaway tonight from DC4L Custom Tees. Best caller tonight, you get the free pillaging tee and bring the flamethrower. Make excuses if you want. I don't care what you're talking about. Best call wins. We will decide, and if we can't decide, we'll let the chat decide. Also, OneNationFanwear.com. Johnny's hitting you hard. He's got the brand new Raider last concert tour in Oakland t-shirt. Looks very, very much like a Metallica concert tee. Now available in black. It's got every game listed on the back, much like tour dates. It's really fresh. I want one myself. He's got some nice embroidered coaches jackets coming out, varsity style jackets coming out. One Nation Fanwear throwing heat. So make sure you check them out. PJ4F at checkout to get free shipping. Get on that. Again, no tailgate show this week because we were not in Minnesota, but shout out to Jenny Wow fan who was out there.
Yeah.
Our Crow's Nest correspondent. Sorry, Jenny. At least you didn't have to travel far.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm even more sad that the ladies lost their undefeated streak. As you know.
That's still intact when they come to Oakland. That's still intact in Oakland.
No, well, here's the thing, though. Okay?
Home streak is alive, Che.
The home streak is alive, definitely. But they like to brag about the 2 games that they went to. Now, we all know that Jenny lives out in Minnesota. Her game last season was Arizona, and we won that game. And Angry, of course, came to the Cleveland game with us, and we got that game. So they like to brag that they're undefeated when they show up to games. Unfortunately, that streak has died, but that doesn't mean you don't have a second shot. Jenny, come out to the Coliseum, start a new streak. Okay, all home games.
That is correct.
That is also correct.
You're stalling. We'll bring the 20-minute drill. We'll bring that 20-minute drill back pretty soon. Tonight's show.
That's more accurate, right?
Yeah. Tonight's show, we got obviously some quick hits from the week, from today's game. We'll be recapping today's game against the Vikings, whether you like it or not. We're going to rip the Band-Aid off and get right into it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have Kane's MVP and Trash Can Player. We're going to have him follow up on the comments regarding Carr and Gruden last week, which I know everybody's talking about right now. And, of course, your calls, all that and much more on this week's episode of of the Pillaging Podcast.
Uh-huh.
Without further ado,
let's get it.
Raiders suffer their second defeat of the season to the Minnesota Vikings. Let me clarify. It's their second defeat of the season. Mm-hmm. It's the first one to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, there you go.
Luckily, we only play them once. Losing 34-14 in their first road of the year. Raiders get the Colts next week. Looked pretty damn sharp today. Jacoby Brissett stayed crisp for 4 quarters. The Raiders will then travel to London to face Chicago and continue to Green Bay after that. This road trip just got dark.
Yeah, real fast, right? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we were trying to start this road trip with some positivity, with a victory, and feel like, okay, well, maybe we can come out of this long fucking road trip, this no end in sight at this current moment, right? Maybe 50-50. Maybe we split the games. Maybe we come out and maybe we shock some people. Maybe we win the majority of them. The people ain't talking that shit today.
No, they're not.
And that includes us. We ain't talking that shit today. It's a rough one today. And this does not look well. This does not look good for us, y'all. I mean, this bottom line, what are we going to do? We going to bullshit you? Do I look like a bullshitter to you? He ain't going to bullshit you, bro. Okay? We need to keep it real. Yeah. And the bottom line is we shit the bed today. And this road trip is off to a really bad start. Now, we're going to get into this, but I still have hopes. They're just not all that alive and well with me today. They'll come back tomorrow.
Raiders currently tied for second in the AFC West. Keep hope alive.
Hey, I mean, I guess that works.
Josh Jacobs battled back from illness to play in Sunday's game. Jacobs reportedly lost 10 pounds during the week before restoring his water weight heading into this game. Jacobs was on an IV for about 48 hours prior to kickoff. He's still on limited carries. I think he got 10. I think he ran more on and off the field than he did on the field.
Right.
To be fair, but Jacobs still, gave it his all today. He looked good. He had one really nice long run. Continued to move the pile all afternoon. It just wasn't enough to get the job done. Yeah. Raiders in a hole early, had to abandon the run game and went to the air, if you can call it that. Keelan Doss got the start over healthy scratch Ryan Grant today. It was quiet all day. Raiders still looking for answers in the wide receiver core.
Yep.
We saw a bigger dose of Waller today. Big, heavy dose of Waller. He had 13 catches on 14 targets. Leading receiver for the day. However, Carr's overthrow to Waller on third down in the half was the backbreaker to me. Yes, Waller got his fingers on the ball, but the delivery left something to be desired. Could have been placed towards the sideline. Carr had about 10 yards to work with there. Before you tell me Carr has to throw over defenders, Che and I watched that play back about 7 times right now downstairs before coming up into the nest. Yeah. There was no excuse.
No, those defenders were about 5 or more yards away from Waller, and Waller's 6'6", people. Let's remind everybody that Waller is 6'6", and your boy got hops too. Okay, he gets up.
Yeah,
and he barely touched that ball with his fingertips. Some people can argue if the ball hits your hands, you should catch it. Okay, but you got a 6'6" target that's running a 4.4 and running away from linebackers, and he's got a corner all to himself. You should find a way to fucking get that guy the ball.
Shorten up his stride. Got full extension, full hop, turned his body, couldn't bring it down.
Come on, man.
That was on you, Derek Carr.
Gotta do better, Bill.
Gotta do better. This team is you know what this team's missing more than a dynamic playmaker on offense?
What's that?
Tackles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the shit that we were so proud of last week.
Yeah.
This is the one thing we could be proud of last week.
One of the few things. Tackling was piss poor today. Started off decent. We had some nice hits. We had that hit by Joseph and Burfict at the goal line early. You can hear that across the street. Yeah. That was a nice one. Not enough to keep him out of the end zone. But you know what? Your offense goes 3 and out, 3 and out, 5 and out.
Yeah.
4 and out, 3 and out. The defense gets tired. The second half, there was nothing left. Arm tackles, really poor job. Well, what can you say, man? I give the defense kind of a pass on that one. The Vikings do have a powerful offense, and Raiders offense did them no favors today.
Nope.
And we talked about that all last year, right? People harping on the Raiders defense. We thought it was decent. It was workable. It was a mediocre defense. I think we have a mediocre defense again this year. I think we possibly have an above average defense if given a shot to stay fresh and get some rest on the sideline. You better change that up before this next game, because playing D on the road, that's got to be the hardest job in the NFL, right?
No, definitely, man. Listen, you gotta first of all, you got a crowd that's against you when you're on offense, right? Making tons of fucking noise. And then you got a fucking crowd that just goes completely silent and lets their offense work. And you're out there and they're pounding the ball. They're running the ball. They're making plays. They're getting fucking 3rd and longs on penalties or whatever, you know. And then your offense doesn't return the favor when you do get those stops. Those are big stops in an away stadium for your defense to go out there and say, okay, we gave up a score, but fuck that. Short-term memory. We're going to get back out there. We're going to shut them down this next series. They do it. They hand you the ball, and you shit the bed yet again. Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, boy.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come on.
The immaculate reception beats out the catch as the top play in NFL history, just in case your Sunday wasn't rough enough already. Why you got to bring up old shit, bro?
Hey, in case you guys didn't notice, the word of the day is shit.
Speaking of which, tickets to the Shit Circus now back on sale. Dingleberry Brothers and Fatima Bailey back in town. We got tickets for you.
Hey, and if you act now, if you go out there, you purchase those Shit Circus tickets, you will get a fully loaded nachos bowl, okay, for free, okay. That's on the house with the Shit Circus tickets.
What are those fully loaded nachos loaded with, though?
Oh, man.
What is a Shit Circus?
Yeah. You know what? We might have to look into that. I hope there's no secret ingredients. Just make it carnitas and the guacamole and the sour cream.
It's chock full of turd burgers, bro.
Man. Right now, it's all bad. Maybe don't eat that.
Maybe don't.
Maybe just save the bowl. Because it's shaped like a football.
We got 4 of those, bro. Tune in to HBO's Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel this Tuesday for an in-depth interview with Richie Incognito. Richie goes into detail on his previous arrest, bullying allegations, and his struggle with addiction. I got to read some excerpts of that on Yahoo today. Looks like it's going to be a pretty eye-opening interview. I'm looking forward to it. I think, from what we saw of Incognito during Hard Knocks, he's a likable guy when he's being a likable guy, if that makes sense, if that's fair enough. And I like to hear him talk, and I'm interested to hear his side of the story. I think there's a lot about Incognito that's, been wrapped up in I don't want to say rumor, but it's, it's a lot of spin, and it's a lot of it's true, a lot of it's hard. And I'm hoping just for some context, never let a guy off the hook for the nasty stuff he does.
Right.
But, Che and I, we make a living giving people 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th chances. So, we've done that.
Yeah.
We've done that on this show.
Yeah.
And so tune into that. That should be a good one. If you don't have HBO, hit me up. I got those bootleg satellite cards. Prior to the game, former Raiders wide receiver Bryce Butler worked out with the team, says he'd like to return to where his career first began. Yeah, in the Shit Circus. No doubt.
Listen, man, let me just say this, man. No hate on you, Bryce. We all wish the best for you, right? And we all hope that you land somewhere and your career maybe turns around to at least, a positive one. But if you're on this squad, we're in trouble, bruh. If you beat out people to make this squad, our receiving core is in trouble, bro. I'm just saying. Okay, so no hate on you, but that's just facts, bruh.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you were on this squad all those years ago. Is because we didn't have any receivers, bruh. That's why you were on this team.
And guess why you're back. But no, I mean, there were some diehard fans that were sad to see Bryce go to the Cowboys when he did.
Yeah,
he was a bit of a Renfro at that time.
We're real. Hey, listen, the fans love those guys that put on the silver and black. Okay, and we will stick by your side, and we will have love for you. And there's no hate on Bryce Butler because there's a few plays where we're like, yeah, Bryce Butler, he's gonna turn into something. It just never manifested, bro. Never manifested, and I don't know what it is. Maybe you just gotta work a little harder. Maybe you gotta go work on your routes a little bit better. Maybe you turn it around. I think he's still young, right? He's not that old.
He's a young cat.
So I mean, it's not impossible that this guy can become, a productive third receiver on somebody's team. But if you end up back on our squad right now, I'm just saying, if you end up back on our squad right now, it's not a good look for us. It's not a good look for our wide receivers. It's just bad.
It's bad.
It's bad, bro.
It's bad. This is not directed at Bryce Butler, but you did remind me. I have a new caveat to the Once a Raider slogan. It is now once a Raider, eligible to always be a Raider. It's not automatic anymore. Eligibility. Okay. You have reached eligibility by being a Raider.
I like it.
We will decide after the fact.
Yeah, no, well, we reserve the right to decide who qualifies for always a Raider, okay? You were once a Raider. Now, let's just wait and see how you act, okay, when you depart said Raiders. Mm-hmm. And then we will just let you know. We will notify you if you have been qualified to be an always Raider.
Yeah. And if you're having a hard time figuring that out, not to get political, but there's a lot of people out there say, you know, the Constitution was written a long time ago. Does it necessarily fit the world that we're living in today? Same thing applies.
Facts.
And I'm not. And before we move on, shout out to Grizz because he has a question. He wants to know if those nachos come with special mushrooms and a side of space heaters.
If you come have nachos with Bobby Wasabi and Kenny in the crow's nest.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. It is almost tea season. Space heaters he refers to is my Kenny Stapler and Polygon's new record, Space Heaters, under the band name Modus Ops.
Yeah,
you
boy.
can find us on all streaming platform. Modus, second word, Ops, OPS, title, Space Heaters with a Z. Check that out.
Yeah, shout out. Somebody was in the chat talking about this. The background got them feeling like they're listening to the Modus Ops record.
Yeah, that's a spacey record, man. Bassy and space. If you like bass, turn it up.
Here you go. Uh-oh.
Here's your early injury report. Obviously, we'll get some updates as the week goes by. But in this game, Raiders are pretty banged up. Mark Heldy exited. He was downgraded out, I think, sometime in the second quarter. Burfict missed time in the second and third. Morrow was nicked up for a short period. He got back in there. Trent Brown couldn't finish. And who else am I missing there? Hankins.
Yes, Hankins got injured, and I think he got back in.
He got back in.
He did get back in, but he was very effective early in the game.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the way that the game panned out for the defense, they were on the field so much, you could only imagine that they were going to start to have some miscues and falter and get tired and whatnot. So he started off strong. He didn't really show up too much in the end. And maybe that's because of injury or it's just because we were getting our asses whooped.
Yeah. Shout out to Wap, man. It's good to see you in the chat.
Shout out, Wap.
Yeah. Hope you're doing better, bro. Pray for Wap, man. Pray for Wap. This is just that time of year, man. Everybody I know is going through it, myself included. Pray for us all, man. Pray for us all, inside and outside of the Raider Nation. It's time for our next segment. You know what it is.
Fact.
Silver and Black Facts, brought to you every week by us.
We're looking for a sponsor. Let us know, man.
We miss you, Mike. We miss Mike Gorelli over at PFF Raiders, but we're going to keep it moving. Regardless, penalties set the tone early on the day, extending drives and giving free yards to Minnesota early and often. Only 7 penalties, 84 yards.
Yeah, we can't have that shit, man.
Fact.
That's a fact. Carr was wildly inaccurate today, to quote Kane, despite finishing 27-34 with 103.7 rating and 2 touchdowns on the day. That's for you Carr stands out there. I'm not sure we're in that boat anymore. Spoiler alert. On paper, you think that's a pretty decent day. But if you watched, Carr was on his horse all day, man. He was galloping around, happy feet.
Listen, man, it was a bad look. Let's just say that. It was a bad look, Carr. Mm-hmm. And we've come to your defense, and we've told people to be patient, give you a chance, and let this second year get going.
Mm-hmm.
We're 3 games in, bro, and you better do something quick because the tide is changing, and you don't want to see us when we're mad.
The entirety of the world laughed when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Saw what he did today?
Yeah, man. They benched Eli and started the Daniel Jones era, right, in New York. And your boy went out there. I mean, not our boy, right? He plays for the Giants, but he went out there and he did his damn thing. And he did I guess he finished off the game pretty strong, right? I know I was reading a little bit. I didn't get to watch the game, but I know he had like a nice drive at the end. He put them up, and then the Buccaneers shit the bed because they missed the game-winning field goal. But, hey, I mean, he's getting wins, which is something that Eli was not doing consistently with this very same squad. Okay, so Yeah, 2 Super Bowl wins for Eli, but his time has passed, man.
There's a man with a porn stash named Gardner's Men's Shoes. And he's crushing it.
Gardner Minshew, I think he's a 6th rounder. I think he was a 6th rounder, bro. This year, drafted in the 6th round
of the NBA draft.
He don't even play.
Imagine that.
He didn't even play. He wasn't even at the combine, man.
Gardner Minshew's world peace, killing it right now in the NFL.
Is world peace his?
Yeah.
Did he ask?
Well,
did he ask Meta if he could borrow that?
He married into the world peace family. I think is what happened.
Yeah, man. What the hell, dog? Jacksonville gets rid of their quarterback. Mm-hmm. Not by choice, right? Mm-hmm. Nick Foles goes down with an injury, and this 6th round kid comes in, starts playing well. Well enough for them to win, right? He's not turning the ball over. He's not putting up gaudy numbers. This guy's not going like 350 yards passing or anything crazy. He's playing like a solid game. Like 200, 250 max is what he's like throwing right now. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't see his stats for today. But like a couple TDs, no interceptions. And he's giving his good defense a chance to keep them in the game, right? Or make plays on defense. Hey, man.
It's enough to make Jalen Ramsey go, Right. Ramsey was putting his jacket on, and the pizza rolls came out of the oven. And he was like, maybe I'll just stick around a little bit longer.
He's like, things that make you go,
Yeah, the report that Ramsey cleared out his locker on Thursday, or after the game on Thursday, is actually just moving closer to Gardner Minshew's.
He was just trying to get close. He's like, I like this guy. This guy.
Don't quote me on that.
This is my kind of guy.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna get into that more later, and don't jump off the ledge just yet. You're Kenny, Che. You guys have been defending Carr. We have been, but we told you, myself and Che and Kane told you at the beginning of the season.
This is a prove it year.
This is a prove it year, and a lot of you agreed. There is no more excuses for Carr. We surrounded him with weapons. True, the offensive line is not healthy right now. I'm not going to put that on them today. I understand 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. We watched the sacks.
Yeah.
2 of those were on Carr.
Yep.
At the very least. The interception on Carr, happy feet. He had a chance to move out, buy himself some time. He had open receivers.
Overthrows. I mean, come on, man. Like, you guys saw the game, okay? And I get it. You guys want to be supportive. And you want to back this guy. We've been doing it. And I'm not sitting here saying that I'm not going to be back next week doing it again. What I'm saying is it's time to show what we've been fucking arguing for. Okay? Like, we've been arguing on your behalf, saying you have all these reasons why you weren't performing. Injuries, a shit line, bad coaching, no weapons. All that has changed. All of that has changed, okay? Things are different now. We revamped the line. We brought in weapons. I mean, weapons that we didn't even really think we were going to have, because the weapon that we thought we were going to have isn't even playing football anymore, okay? He's sitting somewhere in his car doing social media posts right now, okay, because he got cut by the Patriots. But that guy's gone. But you have Jacobs, who everybody had good feelings about, and he's proven that he is that guy. Ill or not, he still puts up 5 yards of carry.
Yeah.
Okay? And then the guy that nobody thought was going to come out and do his damn thing is Waller. A 6'6" tight end who everybody was like, oh, but he's only going to be situational because he's only going to be in there for passing downs, and then they're going to have to put Carrier in there for the majority. This guy's not out. Ever. No. Like, he's in every series, every play.
Carr mentioned in the presser, this guy's blocking linebackers, safeties, defensive linemen. He's catching balls. He's doing everything right.
And then they got you a guy with sure hands for third downs, for short third downs,
for shizzle,
right? In Hunter Renfrow. And then they brought you a tall, lanky, a guy that can go downfield, wide receiver.
Yeah.
In Williams. What's left, man?
Get it done, bro.
Come on, dog. Okay, all right. Tell you what, you turn this shit around next week, we're back on board, bro. But right now, we're really fucking mad at you, Carr.
Let me tell you guys a secret. Carr all last year texted me after every single game. He's like,
What'd he say? What'd he say?
Like, we good, bro? I was like, you're good, bro. There's a lot of circumstances. We're good. Car texted me today. Left on red. Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
That's the name of this episode, by the way.
That sends a message. Okay. That's a message without even sending a message.
I haven't checked my phone in a couple minutes. We'll see if he gets risky and sends that second or third text.
Just the couple question marks?
Yeah.
Question?
Bruh.
And then it's gonna be like that sad, like, okay then. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Send him that Eric Andre gif.
Oh shit.
So wildly inaccurate, man. 27-34, the one interception. We talked about. We were just looking at the interception. We were picking that apart with the fine-tooth comb. He had options on that play.
Lots of options.
He runs right into danger. It doesn't run into danger. It's his feet. His feet are hopping. Go back and watch that play. Tell me if he ever sets his feet. And tell me if he has any reason not to just set his feet and chuck it real quick.
No, he had plenty of spacing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like guys were on top of him. It wasn't like his offensive line was falling back on him. He had plenty of space to set his feet and make the throw and make the completion, bro. But you're tip tapping, bro. You're tip tapping, and I know that's also part of quarterback footwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
That must have drove Olsen crazy right there.
But there is a time when you're gonna go make the throw. Did you set those feet? They shouldn't still be moving when you throw that ball, and instead you didn't. And we got an interception to show for it.
Was it the sack in the late second quarter? It was like third down. He takes a sack. We see Jacobs open in the flat. We see, I think it was maybe Moreau in the intermediate route.
So it was like this, and I'm not really sure who he stared down because that's what he did on that play. It was one receiver to the left. At least that's what I'm remembering. Maybe there was two. Maybe he just got cut out of the picture. But there was one receiver on the left running an out route, which is who he stared down. On the right side, you had Waller, Moreau, and Jacobs. You had your two playmakers on the right side with Moreau.
Not one look.
You know everyone's eyes are going to go to the playmakers. And what happened? Moreau's wide open in a little corner route. Okay? Carr doesn't even look over there.
Takes 2 steps away from that side of the field.
He's looking for the out route. Okay, maybe you've trust, and maybe it was Hunter Renfrow over on the bottom side, on the left side, running that out route. Maybe you really trust Hunter's hands in that situation. But dog, look. Instead, you stare it down, it doesn't open up, and then you run into the line. You take steps forward instead of taking steps outward, and you run into a sack, dog. And you have a Renfrow wide open, and you have a Jacobs in the flat. You had a linebacker in between both those players, turned like this sideways, with his back towards the sidelines, trying to figure out, what do I do? What do I do in this situation? I got Jacobs over here who's a stud, and I got this rookie over here who's solid running behind me. What do I do? And you didn't even look his way. He didn't have to make a decision.
No.
He didn't even have to make a decision, dog. You give that ball to Jacobs, we talked about it. You give that ball to Jacobs getting that first down.
Oh, it's him and a DB.
Because that's what he fucking does.
Okay,
Jacobs gets that ball and he makes a couple moves. He gets past. He makes that linebacker miss that tackle.
Yeah.
And then who knows how long that goes. Or you throw that shit to Moreau. He catches it on the sideline for a first down.
Bang. Bang, bang play. Could have happened right there.
Instead, it's a sack. Man.
Or get your wheels on. Run behind Jacobs. He makes that block for you. You can get up the sideline. You feel like a real stud, Carr. But none of that happened. Nope. Instead, Raiders continue to struggle to convert on third down. They were 3 for 11 third downs on the day. Not good enough, guys. Not good enough.
Fact.
On the other side of the ball, third down defense just as ineffective as the offense, allowing Minnesota to convert 5 out of 9 third downs. As you can see, they were not in third down situation as often as we were. Why? Because we're giving up big plays. 2nd and 15, giving up first down runs, all that, and a bag of cashews. So much for what appeared to be a staunch run defense on display in weeks 1 and 2. Raiders lost the battle in the trenches today, surrendering 211 yards to Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Vikings on the day. Dalvin Cook racking up 110 of those yards all by himself.
Yeah.
We warned you. it might happen.
Fact.
Raiders behind early, and recovering Josh Jacobs resulted in just 10 carries for 44 yards for the rookie running back, 88 yards overall for the team. Again, you can blame them getting in a hole early.
Also battling illness, bro. I mean, it was well reported that he was battling illness, and you could see them managing his time on the field. Like you said, he probably had more yards running on and off the field than he did, in actual gameplay. And because of the depth at running back, with Rashard being a multi-use back, being able to catch the ball out the backfield, and Washington kind of doing what Jacobs does to maybe a lesser effect, they went ahead and they took their chances with that. I sure hope Jacobs is healthy and ready to go back at 100% next week, because we're gonna need him, bro.
Because
he needs to be there all 3 downs, bro. I don't care.
14 targets to Waller. What does that mean next week? Indy's going to bracket the shit out of Waller.
Yeah.
So let's get Jacobs out there, man. Let's get Jacobs in a receiver pattern. Let's do some tricky stuff with Josh Jacobs. He can make it happen. I see Rashard out there. Saw a nice little out route to him. Let's get creative with Josh Jacobs. Let's get creative with Tyrell Williams on some one-on-one matchups. He's a big, lanky dude. I get it. It takes him a while to get up to speed, but he's going to win most of those one-on-one matchups. Carr, you want to put the ball up in the air? Put it up in the air for Williams, man.
There you go.
In a one-on-one matchup.
There you go. No, here's the other thing that's bothering me, at least for what I saw today. We've talked about Jacobs and we've talked about Waller at end here. We're talking about them being the biggest playmakers on this team. Mm-hmm. So I see them rarely go into motion. Mm-hmm. Okay. When they are spread out, they're already set there. Mm-hmm. What I would like to see is Waller starting in position, the normal tight end position, and then spread out. Mm-hmm. Because
you pull the defender out of the box.
There you go. That's going to do 2 things, right? It's either going to show you that the team is in zone, right? And we motion other players, but that doesn't always tell you. If you motion a wide receiver, it's not always telling of what's really going on.
Right. DB assignment just switches.
Right.
Nobody moves.
Right. So when you take your tight end, you have them inside, lined up in the normal tight end position, and then all of a sudden you motion them outward, or maybe even across to the other side. You get to see if they're really matched up with him with a linebacker. Most of these linebackers ain't gonna be able to hang with this guy. Mm-hmm. And if you spread him out and a linebacker follows him, oh dog, you're going to fucking Waller all day long. Okay. The same thing goes for
on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
and
man.
Radon Chong and thong all night long.
All night long. Bag of gone, get it on. But listen, man, you're gonna put Jacobs in the same situation. Mm-hmm. Jacobs in the backfield, then motioning out, and you get to see if a linebacker follows him too. That's exactly what we want. And that's what we need to take advantage of. We got 2 studs, man. These guys are studs. Mm-hmm. No hate on the rest of the guys. No hate on Williams. I think Williams is a stud too.
I do.
But these guys by far are the best players on our offense, the best skilled players on our offense right now. Mm-hmm. So let's make use of them, dog. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't understand. I don't see no reason to not go to them 80% of the time until the defense adjusts and says we're going to shut these guys down. And if they do that's good for the rest of the guys on the offense, man. That's actually good for you, Carr. It's actually good for you.
Fact.
Now that out route that you want to throw to Hunter Renfrow is open.
It's open.
It's there.
Everything underneath going to be right there for you.
There you go, man.
Real nice.
We got to do some. We got to change things up, man. And I'm not. Today it's on Carr. Okay. There's a little bit of. I think we got out coached too.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah, big time.
Okay. But I'm putting most of the blame on Carr because what we saw on the film, right? We saw in the game, we saw a lot of opportunities that Carr did not take advantage of. Mm-hmm. So I'm putting this on Carr. Now, Carr comes out, he has a better game. He's looking, he's seen all his receivers this next game, and we have the same kind of outcome. Then it's on you, Gruden. Mm-hmm. It's on you. You got to get out of whatever, whatever is in your head or whatever, like I'm a coach. I know how to do. If things ain't working, if your offense ain't working, you got to switch it up. But
I'm waiting to see, man, because KC, I mean, they don't have the worst defense anymore. Definitely not as good as Minnesota. We put 10 points on the board against them.
Right.
We saw Indy's defense last year, much improved defense in Indy. They're a fully fleshed out team right now, and Brissett is stepping in just fine. Colts fans are starting to not sweat it as much. So you know what? This season might be okay for us. Well, we're not feeling that way, and we're headed into their house. Indiana's no pushover.
Nope.
You know, a lot of people sat back to look at this road trip. They're trying to make sense of it. They're, Minnesota, we can get Minnesota. I never really thought we can get Minnesota. I think Minnesota's a really good team. I think they've been underperforming. I think Indy is better than I realized. And then you got to go to London against Chicago, and then it's back against Green Bay. It's a rough road. And Houston looked good today too. Houston didn't finish out today, I don't think.
I think they might have lost today.
Yeah, they lost.
But Houston, we already know what they got. They got DeAndre Hopkins, and they got not Jackson. Is it Jack? No, it's not Jackson. Who's their quarterback, man?
Deshaun
Watson.
Yeah,
I knew it is. I knew it ended in an SON.
yeah.
But they got Deshaun Watson, and we know that Deshaun Watson can do both, man. He's got great. He's great passing, and he's great on the run too. And their running back game is kind of iffy right now. They don't really have like a number one guy over there, but they have a bunch of guys that do a bunch of different things, right? They got Duke Johnson, I believe, who's great pass catching running back. And I believe they have
their defense is playing well.
Who's homie that used to play for the Niners? Not Gore. Hyde.
Yeah, Carlos Hyde's over there. Yeah.
So, I mean, Carlos Hyde, he's probably on his last legs, and he's not that great, but he's still in the NFL. He's still a player. And if we're as bad of a running defense as we were today, he's gonna have a say in the game.
I feel good again about our team against their rushing squad. Well, let's see what happens. There's a few weeks out. A lot of things can change on both sides. I'm just trying to point out that it's a rough road ahead. You guys knew that already, but I think maybe take it a little bit more seriously. There's no easy wins left in the next 5 weeks over here, bro. I'm sweating like Drew Rosenhaus
I am
right
too,
now.
dog. I don't even know what happened, dog. I thought it was kind of cool when we walked in here. All of a sudden,
I'm sweating like Rosenhaus.
I probably got dark spots on my shirt right now. I got these sweaty forearms going.
That was a great shirt when you walked in here.
My arm hairs were straight. Now they're curly, dog. I'm just saying.
You got the afro sheen on your arms. Last fact of the day, Incognito returned to the fold this week, but did not equate to much improvement on the offensive line. In fact, Oakland's protection took a step back, literally allowing 4 sacks and 5 tackles for a loss. And before I leave you in this segment, Josh DeBow tweeted out today, you might have seen this. And this was before the end of the game. Raiders' last 17 drives, punt, end of half, interception, punt, interception, touchdown, punt, turnover on downs, and a missed field goal. Yeah, that's how it goes. Damn, that's how it goes, man. We'll do a game recap with Kane, I think. I think we'll save that. We want to save some juice for Kane. I know he's got a lot to talk about. I don't want to take the wind out of his sails. Is that a good plan?
Or take the rum out of his mug.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to get some fresh air. We'll be back in 2 and 2, as Chuck Woolery would say. So stay tuned. We'll catch you guys on the other side.
Peace.
We out, Chief. And we're back on the air. It's Kane's Corner, brought to you every week by NFLshop.com. That's right. The link is right back up on the site, listed as an affiliate sponsor, so there's no misunderstandings. If you go to pj4f.com or pillagingpodcast.com right now, scroll down, and you will see a link to NFLshop.com. Click through. It'll get you right on the Raiders landing page. That's right. I teed it up for you because the NFLshop.com site can be a little bit annoying. Click straight through our website. Whatever you purchase, we get 10% back. He helps keep our pirate ship afloat on the water. That's Kane, right. Welcome to the show, man. You brought that flamethrower on.
Good to be back. Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
It's good to hear your voice. We've been texting all day already. You were on the show with the flamethrower last time. Things did not get any better, so I expect you to really bring the heat and follow up this week. Let's talk, before we get into your segment, a little bit how I had it drawn out. I kind of waited to go over the good and the bad from this game until we had you on, because I know you got a lot to say about it. Right now, the only bullet point I have under this game as the good was Darren Waller. And we could say Josh Jacobs as well. What do you see? What's the silver lining from this game?
Well, Cleveland Farrell made a play. He almost got an interception, and he keeps bringing it weekly and showing his pick, his draft status to be worthy. And that's about it. Carl Joseph is laying the wood, but the defense it's just lacking right now. You know what I'm saying? We missing Abram. So really the silver lining, sorry to translate into something else, but the silver lining, other than what the guys you named, I would have to add Cleveland Farrell to that list. Yeah.
It was good.
I can't disagree with that, man.
That was a heads up play today, that tip pass.
That was beautiful, man, because he got out there in that open space and realized, oh shit, they're about to set up a screen pass right behind me. He stopped. He got himself up in the air, got that hand up, and he got that hand on the ball. Almost came down with him, man. If he would have, that would have been beautiful, man.
For the first time in 17 years.
Awareness. His awareness was on display, and I like seeing that. It shows that he's getting better week in and week out.
Kane,
so that's something to look forward to.
Kane, it was the first time in 2 decades that a Raider player sniffed out a screen pass. We can celebrate that.
Right? No shit, right?
We can celebrate that for sure.
Yeah. That reminded me of that Khalil Mack interception against the Carolina Panthers in 2016. Yep. Had he caught that pass and ran it for a touchdown, that's a la Khalil Mack.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know what? They gave him a lot of props on the air too, man. The 2 announcers were like, that's a heads up play right there. That's a veteran play. Mm-hmm. And coming from a rookie, a first year guy, that tells you a lot about where his head's at and his awareness on the field. So that all looks good for us, bro, for the future, right?
Yeah.
And I think they also made a comment about Minnesota's defense in terms of that, right? Like the amount of years that those guys have all played together. And basically John saying that's what we want here, right? So we want to see all these guys that we drafted and some of the guys that they feel are cornerstones of this defense to stick around. And then you draft the guys to fill in those leftover spots. And hopefully they all hang out together for a while, man. And this becomes a really good defense because the potential's there, bro.
What do they say? Saturday morning cartoons. And that's one to grow on.
There you go.
Let's get into the bad.
Oh shit! I passed it on. Oh shit! I passed it on, man. I think it's just this heat, man. It's drying out our fucking throats, bro.
So that's the silver lining. Let's get into the black clouds. What was the bad in this game? We already kind of picked on some of it. You can go into more detail. 3rd down conversions, penalties, Derek Carr overthrows, run defense. You got your dealer's choice right here, Kane. Break down some of the bad in this game.
Well, first of all, at first glimpse, you want to go, okay, the defense sucked today, but you got to think about it. We was missing Burfict. Lee got hurt in the first few series of plays. We were without Abram. We got a rookie cornerback out there. Worley is not who we thought he was last year, defensive wise. So there's a lot of things that we thought would be better this year on defense, and players with that, and also players missing. I can't blame defense today, but what I am gonna blame is the quarterback, and this just spins off what I said last week, and I think I just didn't word it or put it in the correct terms when I was saying Derek Carr, because I was saying he was missing open receivers. What I meant by that was he was not seeing the field.
Right.
That's what I meant. I should have said that last week, because he's looking at one half of the field and there's receivers and tight ends open on the other side of the field. Yeah. He's seeing ghost pressure. It's almost as if he's scared. I hate to say that because this game is not for the faint of heart, but that's just what I see from him today,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
Or are my eyes deceiving me here or what?
No, I said, I reminded everybody before you came on because talking to one of our friends outside the show here saying, oh, don't flip-flop, Kenny. You've been protecting Carr for a while. Hey, we told you guys before the season, Carr is out of excuses.
Yeah.
Out of excuses, at least with us. So it's our turn to now be critical of Derek Carr. We protected his ass all the way through 2018, first year in the system, a team in transition. 2017 went completely sideways. The whole team was FUBAR. Everybody cashed in. Can't just blame one guy for that. This year, you got a bunch of young guys. You got dudes that want to buy in. Carr's even saying himself in Hard Knocks, hey, John, Coach, I could read the protection better. I'm comfortable with everything. Me knowing our system helps me understand the defenses better. I'm seeing it all. I'm not seeing it show up, though. It's not showing up on the field, though, Carr.
Yeah.
You might have had a good practice, but where's it at? You're not going through reads. I didn't pay too much attention to the line today because I was busy watching Carr's helmet. I want to see, is this guy's head on a swivel? Is he going through progressions? And I didn't see any of that today.
You know, but man, the thing that bothers me about Carr right now the most is that I don't feel like the guy's just going out there and playing fucking football.
No, he's not letting it loose.
He's not letting it loose. Everything's like really careful. I feel like he's in his own head and he's thinking about how he shouldn't fuck up and how he's got to make the best call instead of just going out there and playing football, man. Just go out there and play football.
He's tight.
Yeah, bro. You just look strung up, bro. Like you look like you're not cutting loose. And once you have the offense down, which you say you do, that's when you should feel free to just play football, dog.
Kane, is it safe to say that 2016 was a fluke season, injected with a good amount of luck and a fearless Derek Carr? Was that a fluke season, or is that Carr's ceiling? Is that potential, or was that fluke?
I'm gonna have to say it was Carr's ceiling. And I think that the leg being broken, the back being broken, finger damage, not saying this all affected his play physically, mentally, those things affected him. Whether we want to say it didn't or not, I read a really good article. Matter of fact, I think you gave it to me, Kenny, from Sports Illustrated, and it detailed Mark and how Gruden came here. He asked, can he fix his quarterback? Now, if Mark saw this 2 years ago, and, we've been trying to protect this guy for 2 years, Mark saw 2 years that this is not, something's wrong with him. He's not the same since he's been injured. So right now, today, 2 years later, I'm going to have to say, yeah, he's affected with his injuries, man. And so this is evident. Today was so evident. Wide open, guys open, overthrowing them and lobbing, just almost like he did, he's, what's the word for that? Telegraphing his pass and then, aiming too much and overthrowing. Just looks out of sync. It's over.
Audibling into bad calls. Audibling into bad calls, missing reads. He's shown a little bit more mobility. He had some nice maneuvers in the Denver game. He had one nice evasive move in the KC game. Didn't translate to a win. Obviously, it's one play isolated. Seeing flashes of it, but he's just not putting it together at all whatsoever. What happened to the Carr that broke running in New Orleans and did a flip-flop over the first down line?
Right.
That's the Carr that ran the football. That Carr has been gone since the injury. Injuries have scared him to death. Hey, it is what it is. And at this point, we're far removed from those injuries, so it's time to get over that. And we saw a glimpse last week when he had that scramble against KC. I'm still not certain how that call went, why it went that way. It looked like the ball crossed the line, but I think they marked it from where he left the ground. Right? Is that how it works? So
I don't know. They said that he kind of went out of bounds earlier. I don't agree with it, but I don't think there was a challenge on it. Nobody tried to look at it and review it. It was too tight of a play to do that. But listen, man. Like the man was out there playing with injuries in 2017. So I'm reluctant to call him scared, bruh, okay? Because he's still out there knowing that he's injured and he's not as mobile and he's not as capable physically, but he's still he's putting his heart on his sleeve. He's trying to be the guy. I've always felt like Carr, he's trying to be the guy. I still think he's trying to be the guy. I think right now he's overthinking shit. I really do think he's overthinking shit. Or he's like, this is the number one read. Like, I need to fucking make this happen. Like, he's trying to fire off. He thinks somewhere in his head, he's thinking like quick plays, get quick results, and we get down the field fast, right? But instead, he's settling for short routes, underneath throws, and then when he does finally look a little bit up the field, it's like he's like too concerned about, I gotta make the perfect throw. Instead of letting that fucking ball fly, he's lofting fucking high passes. Like, we're talking about it today. Your boy Waller had a fucking fantastic game. How much better could it have been if fucking Carr threw some of those passes on a rope instead of fucking floating them to him, bro? Instead of him having to get up in the air, slowing down his momentum, and then getting tackled, getting hit underneath on his legs. There's a possibility the dude gets injured. That's the last thing we want to see, is Waller go down with an injury because he got hit as he was coming down on the field or whatever. Get him the ball and let him make a play, bro.
Then we'd truly be one-dimensional. And like you said, you kind of touched on it. What I was going to go into is, we're blaming Carr. There's a lot of people blaming on John Gruden too. And you go back, you look at Rich Gannon's numbers under John Gruden, and you're familiar with this, Kane. He averaged about 7.5 yards per completion. So it was the same philosophy back then. John's got some new wrinkles. I'm not necessarily an enemy of the West Coast offense. I understand that there's a lot of value to that. It's about moving the chains. It's about eating up clock. I like that kind of football. I like running it down your throat. I like keeping your defense on the field. I like those things. But when you get in a hole, then you get hampered, right? And so what you were saying is, Carr, I got to make this first read, quick plays, make quick things happen, and we move downfield. But at some point, Carr also needs to be his own man. That's what Rich Gannon was.
Yeah.
That was where the success came from. Is that right, Ken? We used to see Gannon and Gruden, yelling at each other on the sideline. That's not how it goes. Yeah, but this is what was there. You got to be able to freelance a little bit as well. I mean, how much of this blame gets placed on John Gruden, Kane?
Well, I think, for as far as the play on the field, you can only blame Derek Carr for the play on the field. Now, the play calling, and here we go back to these quick passes and this quick release, getting the ball out. How many of those plays are checked down to the running back? Is that the hot read? Is that the first read? Is that the first read in the in the progression, or is that the hot read because you see somebody coming that's not coming because, so you want me to say whose fault is this? I don't know, because I don't call the plays. So I don't know what Derek is doing, because he's hiking the ball and we 3rd and 11 and you throwing it 2 yards to the running back, at 2 yards above the scrimmage line. Did John call that play? I don't know. Did Derek audible into a wrong play? Could be the question. Could be. So I guess you got to lay blame both ways if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, because I don't work there. You know what I'm saying? I can only go off what I'm seeing on the field. So right now, I'm going to blame this whole shit on Derek Carr, and John Gruden, you get a game ball as well. That's how I got to lay it out.
That's fair enough, man. In fact, since we're kind of on that subject already, we didn't get to do it last week. One of our callers did it for us. We forgot, but Pete gave us our MVP and our Reggie Nelson Trash Can Player of the Week. So let's get into
that. That's right, Reggie
Nelson.
The title still belongs to you, though.
I think I know who you're going to give the MVP to, but Kane, why don't you go ahead and do the honors?
I'm going to give it to Darren Waller.
There you go.
You the real MVP.
I'm going to give it to Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hands down, unanimous. No one's going to argue with that. The trash can, give me your trash can. I got an honorary trash can player that hasn't been mentioned yet.
I know where Kane's
going. This is funny. I've been thinking about this ever since you sent me the segment details. How can I say this dude is a trash player if I'm going to say that Waller is the MVP? How can I spin this? How can I think about this? Is there somebody else that I could give that card to? Was there somebody more worthy of the card than this guy that I'm getting ready to name? But it's Carr. It's Derek Carr. Derek Carr is the trash can player of this game.
That's right.
Back it up. And while we're backing this truck up, whip it. I'm
Make sure you look in the rear view, bro.
I'm going to give an honorary runner-up to Curtis Riley.
Oh, yeah. I can't disagree with that one.
Yeah. Riley, bro.
Nope, can't disagree with that.
You can jump in the truck, too.
Hey, Riley, man, we might have to rename this segment after you if you ain't careful, bro. Okay, we don't have Reggie Nelson as our safety anymore, but you out there fucking up just like he did.
Yeah.
Worley was getting cooked. Worley was getting cooked when they threw the ball too. Yeah.
Yep.
Worley, but I'm not gonna say he was trash can, but he was getting cooked. Adam Thielen cooked him a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and he had a tough matchup against Thielen. I think the biggest mark against Worley, he's serviceable. He can get out there and do the job of corner. You're not going to rely on him. He's not a number one, but he for damn sure can't tackle.
Yeah,
he for damn sure can't tackle.
We didn't see it at least, right?
No, we haven't seen that. So there's your MVP and your Reggie Nelson Trash Can Player of the Week. Curtis Riley getting the Junior Reggie Nelson Award. There's a spider right in front of me. I got it. Nothing to worry about.
You got
it. So it's a lot of talk about this road stretch here. We kind of laid out who's in front of us, and you and I were talking about this earlier. Where do the wins come from down the rest of this stretch? Again, we got Indy up next week. They're no slouch. You're going to London. Raiders historically bad in London. We're playing against Chicago. The big Mac car rivalry or quote unquote rivalry or revenge or whatever you want to call it. Then you got Green Bay, and they seem to be trying to get on the same page. I think Green Bay is not quite there yet. I think they can still hurt you. I think when they do, they're going to be a very dangerous team once again. That whole NFC North right now is looking pretty strong. Yeah. And then you got Houston at the back end of that roadie, only for us to come back and play the Detroit Lions, who, let's face it, the Detroit Lions are not your 2003 Detroit Lions. They're not the Detroit Lions of yesteryear. Again, not a juggernaut, but a team that could bite you in the ass.
You know what? I think they won today. They had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, they did. 27-24.
So there you go. Where do the wins come from down this stretch, Kane? Where do the Raiders end up when they get back to Oakland? So right now, teams 1-2, tied for second in the AFC West for what it's worth. 1-1 in the division. But along this stretch, where are the wins, where are the losses? Are there any wins?
Along this stretch, not for the rest of the season, just this 5 weeks.
Yeah, that
we got these next 5 games. And you said, run this by me. We got Indy, we got Chicago, Green Bay. Who else after that?
Indy, Chicago, Green Bay, then Houston, and then back home.
Then back home. Indy, Chicago, Green Bay, and Houston. And where can we get a win out of one of those teams? Indy would be my choice to pull out a win because the rookie, the young kid, the young guy, the young quarterback.
Yeah,
he's still young. So we got a shot at rattling him and maybe going on the road and pulling that out. I don't see us beating Chicago and London, but that can, traveling to London is hard on both teams. So, that's a winnable game because of the travel for both teams. I don't think we can beat Houston in Houston. I don't think we can beat Houston out of Houston. Deshaun Watson is a good quarterback. They got a good defense.
So
and Green Bay is Green Bay. So if I'm looking at the schedule, I'm gonna say our next shot to win will be next week.
So Brissett's numbers today is 28 of 37 for 310 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He took 1 sack.
Ooh, shit. I should have looked up the numbers before I said that. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, Brissett's doing all right, and he spread the ball around. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players catch balls today for the Colts in that win. And defensively, they recorded 0 sacks on the day. They had 4 tackles for loss. The defense is doing okay. They held.
You know what? Let me add to that. They were missing their stud linebacker, second-year linebacker. Darius Leonard was out with an injury. So that makes a big difference for their defense.
And they still gave up nearly 400 yards to the Falcons, who did okay in their passing game. So 304 yards passing.
And the tight end had a good game, too. Sorry to cut you off. I wanted to add to that. The Falcons tight end had a good game. We got Waller, so, we'll see what's up with that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I'm looking at the receiving numbers right now.
Austin Hooper? Yeah, 2 touchdowns, huh?
Yep. Yeah, there it is.
Well, let's get Waller in the end zone, bro. He deserves his shit. He's busting his ass for us.
Yeah, so it's, again, the Colts may be a more even matchup than the Vikings. I kind of told you before we went into this game, Vikings and Raiders kind of starting out similarly, looking good, looking, a little sluggish in their second game. But the Vikings, just on paper, you already knew. There's a lot of talent on that squad. I was telling you going into this game, everyone's overlooking this Vikings defense. It's all I kept hearing.
Actually, I said something last week on the show. I said they got number 4 ranked defense, and we got John better come with his game. I said that. Go back and listen.
Yeah.
In my little rant, I said that. Yeah.
When I say everybody, I never mean us. Just to be clear. I never mean us. So you're right. So the Colts. But what kind of hope do you have against? I think it'd make a good point against Chicago. We notoriously have not shown up in international games. But what's Chicago going to do? They're not a juggernaut. They got a scary defense. I'll give you that. I'm worried for Carr. Not everyone's saying Mac's going to hurt Carr. I don't think Mac's going to do that. I think Mac and Carr are still going to be brothers for a very, very long time.
Mac was just talking about Carr the other day, bro. He was talking about how Carr's going to do his thing. And he said, my brother, Carr, he still has love for the Raiders. He still has love for Carr. That's his original family. So I doubt very much that Mac would go out there to cause harm on Carr. He's going to get his sacks if he can, and he's going to do it as gently as he can, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking of this as a Mac revenge game. You know how we go into these, how you go into these games where the free agent from your team is on the other team, and now they want their revenge because the other team. I don't. Mac is humble. He good, but he's humble.
Yeah.
So I just don't see him with I'm chomping at the bit to get these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I just that don't sound like a Mac to me. But I'm not Mac.
No, Mac isn't that guy, bro. He really isn't, man.
I don't think so.
I think he's still, like I said, he got a lot of love for Carr and the guys that were on the squad when he was here. And I think he still got love for Oakland, bro. Honestly, I think he does. I don't think he's. A couple weeks ago, after that shit game that Trubisky had, that's when he said, he's like, oh yeah, my guy's gonna go out there. He's gonna still do his thing, DC. He's gonna do it, my brother. I was kind of feeling like, man, Mac's kind of feeling like he wishes DC was playing for the Bears right now, bro. That's honest, but I don't know what they did today. Do they play on Monday night?
They play tomorrow night. I was just gonna say, I finally get to sit down and watch. I finally get to sit down and watch a Bears game. I haven't checked them out yet this year.
Yeah, we'll see what Trubisky does, bro, because he's been shitting the bed bad too.
Trubisky.
Yabishki.
Yeah, man.
And remember this, y'all. When we traded Mac, I said, y'all ain't going to win. Chicago ain't going to win shit with Mitchell Trubisky as the quarterback. I said this.
I said it too.
So, and it's right now it's playing out.
We've been talking shit about
We'll see how this ends at the end of this year. If they don't make the playoffs this year and they end up struggling next year, Trubisky wasn't the man. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't pay Mac, and you still don't have a playoff win, a Super Bowl victory, nothing. So, we'll see how that plays out.
Remember, they traded up to get Trubisky and passed on Mahomes and a number of other players. So we're not the only ones whiffing in drafts, but I think we did all right with this draft. One player I would like to see step up out of this draft, and doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, is Trayvon Mullen. We were kind of low-key excited about what this kid might be able to do. He's not doing well right now.
But you know what though, man? That could change from this year to next year.
His corner.
He's a corner guy. It's the NFL. Mm-hmm. Everybody's fucking fast. Everybody's as good as the best guy that you were matched up in college, or better, right? So he's just got to catch up to speed, bro. It's his first year, and it's gonna take some time to get caught up to the speed of the game.
Well, you hear it all the time, right? The two steepest learning curves in the NFL for a rookie: quarterback and cornerback. Hear that all the time.
Now he's been playing in the slot, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's been the slot guy.
Yeah, he's been playing in the nickel and in the spread defense. Yeah, and special teams.
Yeah, because he's been getting burnt too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can see them wanting Ramsey on this defense, but I'm still not sold on 2 first-round picks. But I can see that. We need more than just looking at today's game. We need more than we need a number 1 wide receiver. We need somebody that can get Tyrell Williams freed up downfield where they double teaming the other guy. Because if you can shut down Tyrell Williams and Josh Jacobs ain't fully healthy, all you got is Waller. Mm-hmm. And so that's not a good formula to win any game against any team, the garbagest team in the NFL.
And don't get it twisted, Pillagers. All three of us really like Tyrell Williams, and I think Sean really put it well on his last episode of the Blackout Pod.
Shout out.
Williams is a solid receiver. He's big, he's lanky, but he's a strider. He takes a while to get up to speed. You need another guy in front of him to protect him with that speed, someone that can blow the top off. J.J. Nelson is supposed to be that guy, but we already know his hands aren't sure, and he's just not the dynamic playmaker it looks like on paper with that speed. So we're definitely missing that wide receiver one right now. We told you when this season started that this was a team still in the making.
Yeah.
We were not myopic. We were being, I think, again, cautiously optimistic. We were looking for 7-9, 8-8, a step in the right direction. Now that's seeming a bit far-fetched. I didn't feel good going against the Chiefs. A lot of y'all were riding high coming off the Broncos. I said, pump the brakes. We're supposed to lose this game against the Chiefs. That's probably going to happen. If we don't, hey, I'm feeling really good. I thought we'd be in that game a little bit closer. We had opportunities too, as Kane pointed out last week. Carr could have stepped up in that game and made it a close game. Could have made it a victory, even possibly. Didn't happen. And I told you going into this week, I was the only one out of the bunch of us that said we weren't not going to beat Minnesota, and we did not beat Minnesota. So, I want to predict that we're going to come back and bounce back and beat the Colts. I'm not certain of it, but something's got to give right here. If we can beat the Colts and come back and be 2-2 and go up against some tough teams, at least we're starting off even again. So I'm going to predict a win against the Colts. I'm going to go out there. I don't think this offense is that powerful, so points on the board. I'm hoping for 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I'm hoping for 24 points. I'm hoping for another close one, 24-21. Raiders, 24-17. Raiders. That's where I'm at.
I like that, man. I like that. You know what? They got 2 weapons on offense. Marlon Mack is a decent running back. He's not like Hall of Famer or anything, but he gets the job done.
He's not Chris Warren the third, bro?
Nah, bro. He's not Chris Warren the third. Okay. Listen, man. He gets the job done, and he'll have big games here and there. And then you got T.Y. Hilton, but T.Y. Hilton, I guess, went down with an injury. Somebody in the chat was talking about him being out. They also mentioned Paris Campbell. Okay, so they were like, but they got Paris Campbell. He might be the guy that kills us next week, which is very possible because so far Paris Campbell hasn't done shit.
Campbell, Paris Hilton, Paris is burning. I don't care. Raiders 24.
Stop them all. Stop them all. But
I honestly feel like we got a shot to win next week. I mean, regardless of, you're right though, Che. You breaking it down. They got a little something to hand us. And I don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, our defense is hurt right now. If how long is Markel Lee gonna be out? Is Burfict? They was trying to not let him come back in. He forced his way back into the game. Is he gonna play next week? Again, we don't have a safe. We're missing our number one defensive player in Jonathan Abram. This defense is going to struggle all year with injuries. If you get an injured player here and there, you dropping from top notch to, development guys. Basically, especially at the linebacker, you don't have the depth at the linebacker position as you would or like you would like to have. Our DBs don't look as good as they did on paper. If you get if Lord hope, let's hope not Conley don't get hurt because you really stuck in. So, this defense going to struggle all year. And as long as that is the case, it's going to be hard to win a lot of games on offense without a number one wide receiver and with the way the quarterback is playing right now. With that being said, we still got a shot to win next week, maybe in London because of the travel. I'm
looking at some of the predictions here in the chat. Obi-Wan Raiders got a 24-19 for the Raiders against Colts. WAP, $127 million to 14 if Carr is the quarterback in favor of the Colts. Ouch, WAP. That's a tough one. The only bright spot I see after this Colts is we get a bye week after Chicago. We get a week of rest before we face the Texans, and we're going to need it because the Texans like to bang, man. The Texans can bang. That's a hard-hitting defense. It's healthy once again. Watch out, man.
Didn't they beat the Chargers today?
They beat the Chargers, yeah. I watched the end of that game, and Phillip Rivers, they were moving it, and Phillip Rivers was out there, man. I give it up to Rivers today. He gave it his all, but they came up short. They just didn't have enough weapons on the field and enough time left. They couldn't get it done. But yeah, the Texans went out there and banged it, and they beat them in L.A. too. And it was hot. It looked really hot out there too. So the Texans came to play today. They'll be fired up when they see us at the end of the stretch. And who knows, maybe we hit some kind of stride. I said it before the season started when we looked at the schedule. This road trip's going to make us or break us. Yeah, it's tough. but this team is on the road together for quite some time. It could galvanize them. Who knows? It's put up or shut up time for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, we come back 1-7. It's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and somebody said something in our chat room today that the Raiders should stay out there in the Midwest and just play the rest of these games from out there. What you think about that?
I mean, yes and no, but then you start worrying about the toll it takes on these players being away from home. They don't get their normal practice facility. They're living out of a hotel for that long. Those types of like conveniences and just life stuff outside the game, you need that. I mean, we need it in our own personal lives, work-life balance. If I don't get that, I'm a hot mess. I can't imagine what these guys are going through. You don't have your recovery room. You don't have all your normal accoutrements that you have at the training facility. Everything's packed up. Everything's on the road. It's you're living out of a suitcase. It is different. It sounds nice because the travel and the wear and tear. Yeah, but I think there's a lot to benefit from coming home.
Well, even more so, dog. Like they're coming back to Oakland after all these games. It's not like they're just chilling, waiting for the next. It's not like there's like a quick trip. So we're going to go from Minnesota to Indianapolis. No, that's not how it's going to go. They're going to come back. They're going to practice in Oakland, travel back out to Indianapolis. After that game, they're going to come back. They're going to practice and then head out to the next place. So I think they actually showed the flight patterns back and forth in the game, during the game. It was like 18,000 miles and some change, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost the full circumference of the fucking world, bro. Like they're traveling that long.
Yeah.
That much, bro. Yeah.
So that's what Kane was asking. Should they stay out there on this trip? I was saying maybe one game, but not for the whole trip. And then I think definitely it would be something to consider if that bye week didn't come up after Chicago. Take that bye week, come home, rest up, finish out the roadie against the Texans, and then get back against Detroit and see what you can do. I'm hoping Raider Nation is out there at the Coliseum fired up at the end of that.
You damn right.
And I hope you all stop by the tailgate and have a good time with us too, because
that's right.
We'll put the fire in you.
Because we know how to have a good time.
We do.
Again, that's starting to be the highlight of the season.
Those are facts, Kane.
The tailgate is the highlight of the season. Please, please, Raiders, let's get it together. Let's get it together. But you had asked me earlier what games do I think we're gonna win for the rest of the season. I can tell you that, and I don't think we're gonna win a lot. So we'll say that for another time. But this is looking sad right now.
Yeah, we'll look at the rest. We'll look at the rest of the schedule when we get back from this roadie. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Bro.
Yeah.
All right, so you have us beating Indy and Chicago on this stretch. I'd like to see that. I'm not going to stretch any further past that, and I think that's still some wishful thinking. But it is what it is, man. We got to play the hand that's dealt to us, and see how it all pans out. So. Yeah. Kane, thanks for coming on tonight, bro. It was a really good conversation. You kept it together, man. I was expecting you to be unhinged, but you're cool, calm, and collected and very calculated, and I think very fair and very critical in your takes. I can't argue with any of it.
Nope.
Right on, man. It's good being on, man, and I'm looking forward to talking to y'all next week after this win we get in Indy.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Positivity to end the segment.
We'll see you in the chat, man. Hang in there, fam.
Okay, y'all. Right.
Peace out, bro.
That was a nice segment there. That was a good 30, 35-minute Kane's Corner right there.
There you go, man.
That's what we like,
That's
man.
solid, dog. That's solid.
That's what we like. We're not
going to... another 30 minutes of fucking shout-outs right here.
Yeah. You see that? You do realize I had to transcribe all that. So Twitter changed. The Twitter web app changed. I used to be able to just... you used to be able to like just right-click on the at and it would just highlight perfect and copy-paste right into the post. Not anymore. I got to type all those out in the tweet. And then I got to go back into the tweet and I got to highlight each name and type up. So nobody's crying for me. I don't expect anybody to cry for me. But hey,
don't cry for me, Argentina.
we appreciate the follows, man. And so I have no problem putting the work in. It's cool. There
you go.
I get to check out everybody's profiles, see some cool pictures. The bios are cool. Sometimes y'all got some funny stuff in there. And we just appreciate y'all riding with us, man.
Absolutely, man.
If you want to follow back, we try to keep the Pillaging Podcast timeline like really uncluttered as far as like going through there and picking out, stats and facts and things like that. That's right. But if you guys want to follow back, follow the crew, man. Follow me, Kenny Stapler, Che_PJ4F, Kane MT6. We follow you back. For me, it's an automatic follow back.
There you go.
As long as you ain't got nothing wild in that bio.
Nah, yeah, man. As long as there's nothing that my girl's going to go like,
Hey now.
Who you following now? As long as you don't give me that eyebrow, bro, I'm gonna follow you back.
My girl's not on Twitter, so.
Hey man, you never know, bro. You never know.
You never know, man. You never know.
You never know.
Let's do some shout outs.
Shout outs.
Sports Freak 131. Shout out to Music is Life 1. Ryan Decker. I has Copper. Jen Stone. Mr. Ramirez. Dustin Matthews. Tina Rollins. Aman Johal. Sin Villanos. Angelina Rizzo. Greg. Pepe in Vegas. What's up, Pepe? Kind of a Twitter superstar, man.
Hell yeah. Right?
Joel
always getting kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah. He's in Twitter jail, but Joel Weinstein, shout out to Kai Davis, Guy Betancourt, Desert Dweller, Dave Firstman, Lil Al Davis, Andrew C805, K-Ray, Scott Bertolini, Raiders to Las Vegas, Matt Holmes, Mr. Arnold, Goon Sushi, Kevin Farney. Yeah, that Goon Sushi's kind of sus, man. Yeah. But you're not Goon. Chad Greenlee, Edward Escalante, Lisa Eileen. She's a Raiderette. She followed us, asked her to stop by the tailgate next time we're there to do an interview.
Shout out.
She said they get there 4 to 5 hours early to start going through the warm-ups. I said, you guys work hard, and I appreciate the very nice reply.
Did you tell her?
Very courteous.
Did you tell her, so do we?
Facts.
Those are facts.
Shout out to JCXIV. Look, I don't bang. I'm just saying.
No bang.
Don't put that hate on me now. Brian S. Shout out to Jason Carroll, Jose Garcia Jr., Freak of Nature, Vegas Baby, Ertzi. I think I'm saying that right. David Gomez, Jason Smith, and Raiders.
That's accurate right there.
That is, you saw that.
Yeah. It's phonetically correct.
Phonics on point. SoCal Raider 1, Jeff Miller, Jorgie, Raider Lou, Jaden Kraus, K. Chen, Jose Perez, Raider Man 24/7, 918 Raider, Henry Rodriguez, the fourth, the Highland Raider, David Garcia, Chris Gatto, Raider Nation Scotland, Weems Dient, Iconic Brandon, the Autumn Wind is a Raider, Ball Out Shooter. I'm going to put a pause right here because I just realized we haven't gotten to our callers, man.
Oh, damn. That's true, bro.
So I'm just going to highlight this right here.
Okay.
I'm going to pause on that.
It's a good call, dog.
My bad. I thought we were ending a little early.
Hey.
I was like, something's missing right
Got
here.
ahead of the game, man.
So I'm going to hold off on taking any calls right now because I haven't looked at the voicemail. I think it's going to be pretty full.
A lot of anger.
Yeah, there's a lot of anger. So Wednesday, we're going to start right here. This one's from across the pond, so I have to take this.
There you go.
I know they spent money on this call. So let's start off right there with the international code 44. I'm going to guess that's the UK. And this is your boy, Harry.
Hey, what's up? Kenny, it's Harry. I'm back in the UK. Just watched that trash-ass game against the Vikings. Fuck. First of all, I just want to say thanks to you guys and the Pillagers for welcoming me.
Pause. No disrespect, but Harry looks like a Viking. He sounds very distinguished with the accent.
He does look like a Viking,
but Harry's grimy, man.
He's a big dude. Some dude saw him at the tailgate, was like, man, how come you're not playing on the Raiders, bro?
Yeah, you look like he would run through a brick wall, man. Harry's
Shout out,
cool.
Harry.
Hey, we're gonna crack open that cider next week, man.
Hey, and Harry brought delicious chelas, man. I just want to say props to you again on bringing us those UK chelas. He hid them in the suitcase. Mm-hmm. He wrapped them up in duct tape and peanuts, the little moving peanuts. Make sure they didn't shatter, they didn't bust, they didn't open. Hey, we appreciate you, dog. That was a lot of work, and hey, it was well worth it on my end. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
With open arms to the tailgate, was incredible. Like one of the best experiences of my life, and for any UK fans or fans who haven't made it over to Oakland, I really recommend heading out and chilling with those guys because it was just amazing. Second of all, we fucking suck. Thank God I chose the Broncos game because they're fucking trash as well. One positive I have to say from the game is Waller. Obviously, you probably covered that earlier in the show. The guy's a beast. I don't really know where we go from here. Hopefully we can go and pick up Ramsey maybe. It would give us some much needed cover in the secondary because we're terrible. It was always going to be a difficult game going into Minnesota and trying to pick up the win, but it was just kind of the way it happened was a little bit disappointing. Hopefully we can go on and get one of the Colts next week. I'm going 8-8 for the season. Hopefully we can pick that up at least and show some positives into the rest of the year. But anyway, it was great to meet you guys, and I hope you have a good evening. All right, cheers. Bye.
Cheers, brother.
Lovely meeting you too, man. It's a shame you couldn't stay a day longer. I think he flew out like the day before the Chiefs game.
Yeah,
but maybe it's a good thing you got out of town too, Harry.
I know, right?
We kind of talked about Ramsey on the last show. Look, Ramsey's very attractive. He's a superstar. He's a baller. He's an all pro corner. But, you know, as long as the Raiders are giving quarterbacks 5 seconds to throw the ball, Ramsey's not going to help us. Ramsey's not going to make tackles in the backfield. Ramsey's not going to stop the ball carrier. You know, they gashed us on the ground today. Kirk Cousins did not have a spectacular day. Why? Because he didn't have to.
Nope.
He was good when he needed to be good. They got him on those bootlegs. They got him out and about. He did look very mobile. He looked a lot more crisp than he did the week prior. But I don't think Ramsey even changes the outcome of this game. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be nice. But at this point, I think it's time to start stockpiling those draft picks because we are more than one player away. But very strong call, Harry. We really, really enjoyed meeting you. Hopefully we get to cross your path again soon. Maybe someday we'll be out there on your turf. But then again, maybe the Raiders don't have to travel to London anymore. And that's no disrespect to London because I've been trying to get back to England for a very, very long time. I enjoyed my time out there. Let's go here to the 203. It says transcription not available. Let's see if this call came through.
What's up, Che? Kane?
Oh, there we go.
Kenny? Can you fly, Bobby? Just when Johnny calling in.
Dope.
After an amazing game. Sarcasm. Crickets.
Sarcasm.
Fucking, if our team was a food, they'd be a fucking gas station burrito. Shout out to Bobby Wasabi. I want a spicy Jamaican beef patty with some cheese, some championship crust, and we're getting a fucking gas station burrito. Cold. Teams playing like shit all around. Cars overthrowing, there was drops, yada yada. I didn't want to believe the hype. I want the Raiders to do good, obviously. But, yeah, we're still rebuilding. We still need a number one wide receiver to complement Ty Williams. So, I mean, fuck. Mm-hmm. They played good teams, the Chiefs and the Vikings. Zimmerman's got a really good defense. But, yeah, Carr made mistakes. Still don't think it's time to throw him to the Wolves. You got to give him the year. But, fucking Raiders, you're a gas station burrito. Just when Johnny out.
Good call, Johnny. Good call. I mean, you underlined all the points you already made, and that's not a bad thing. I want to thank you for that. And again, Johnny does run OneNationFanwear.com, so make sure you hit up that site. If you haven't even checked it out, at least check it out. You're going to buy something. Fan gear over there is is tremendous, man. And it's all very high quality gear too. He doesn't just upload to like a Shopify vendor. He actually goes out and he seeks out vendor agreements on his own. He's a gear fanatic, bro.
Yes, he does.
He's a gear fanatic. He's always looking for dead stock. He's that dude, bro.
He's due diligence guy, bro.
Yeah, he's got fresh kicks. He collects them like Jordans. Hey, shout out Molotov Spicy Space Heaters.
There you go.
This next call's from the 303. I believe this is 303 Raider. I'm looking forward to this call because I saw him on the blog earlier on pj4f.com in the chat section. It was going off today. Several thousand comments in the game alone. And 303 is like, when can I call in? I was like, now. He's all good. I have something to say. As you know, 303's protected car as much as we have, if not more. Let's hear what he has to say today.
Here we go.
Kenny, Shay, what's up, guys? It's your boy 303. Sitting in the frickin' Minneapolis airport with my dick in the dirt.
Oh,
what
he
the
was
fuck
out
to
there.
Say, man?
That's right, he was out there.
I don't know, man. I'm just a little distraught. After week one, I thought Carr had turned a corner. You know, year two with Gruden. After the AB debacle, I was like, yeah, we've got some weapons. We've got Jacobs. We've got Waller. We've got Williams. You know, I thought with Nelson coming back, what the fuck, man? Not only was this a bad loss, but it was just bad, right? Gruden, conservative bullshit, and then the defense. We all knew the only way we were going to have a chance is stopping Dalvin Cook in that running game. You know, the first 2 weeks were just a mirage because I don't think we played any legit backs. But now the defense back to being shitty. You know, Garyon Conley, I watch him. He doesn't look, I don't know, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like he's playing with passion and fire. Well, bottom line is maybe we're fooled again. Even I said 7 to 9. I don't even know if we're going to get that, and I'm going to owe Raiders some money. So,
Real quick, pause. Dalvin Cook was getting his in the first half already. He was. That's fair. But they were laying wood out there. There were hits that all fell apart in the second half. And we talked about this last year. Yeah. Your defense is only going to hang in there as long as your offense is. Keep them on the field. You gas them out.
Listen, man, we do not have a great defense by any means, okay?
Nope.
And when you keep putting out a defense, as you put it, who is mediocre, middle of the road right now, it's just a matter of time before they fall apart, bro. That's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. Unless you have one of the greatest defenses in NFL history to keep sending them out there without any productivity on offense.
2001 Ravens.
There you go, right? And Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Gruden.
Shout out Gruden. You're not gonna get a defense that's gonna just shut people down after down after down after down. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes, bro. That's just how it goes. So this defense wore down as play continued. They did give up a touchdown on the first series, but they came back and they shut down Minnesota. They gave our team a shot to do something. They didn't. And we see the result. Whoever
that was just called in and he was from the 203. I'm going to hit you back after we clear out this inbox here. You'll be our caller tonight. So remember, the strongest call tonight is going to win a free Pillaging t-shirt. So,
boy.
Right now we had two pretty strong calls. Let's keep it moving, though. Again, let's finish off with 303. Just the beginning of this call, I'm not knocking you, 303. This is a testament to where we're at right now. I never hear this guy at a loss for words. And 303, he was scraping right here in the beginning to come with something. He's coming with it. Again, it's not a knock, but again, if 303 is at a loss for words, I don't know what to tell you.
Stadium was nice. I was in a great suite. So it didn't matter. We just laid an egg, man. I am so tired of going to games. I am literally like 1 in 10 my last games that I've traveled to. So I don't know what to say, man. I'm a little lost for words.
Maybe get out the box, dog.
Hey, you gotta join the real fans, dog.
We get that $60 nosebleed, dog.
You sit up there in the box with the owners of the stadium, dog. Come on, man.
You're doing yourself a disservice. 303 is a passionate fan. You can't keep out all that cooped up in a box, man.
Yeah, man.
We can somehow beat Indianapolis next week, then 7-9 doesn't look horrible. But man, we lose next week, another 5 or 6. I guess it's just time to move on with Carr, man. I never thought I would say this.
Oof.
I never thought I would say it, but at this point, it's everybody. And the QB is the most important position in the game, and I don't know if we could fix this guy. I don't know what his problem is. With all the dysfunction the kid has had over his years and not having many weapons, I'm tired of making excuses for him. Yeah. That interception, it was off a back foot. There was zero pressure. I mean, I was on the 50-yard line. I could see the game perfectly, and I was watching Carr exclusively, and I was on his back foot. I don't know, we were trying to fit the ball in the wall or in a tight window. Just a bunch of nonsense. So, anyways, man, this is 303. Going to be heading home soon. I am out. Talk to you guys next week.
Get home safe, bro. Get home safe. Man, 303, he travels for a lot of games, man. And not just Raiders games, man. He's out there. He's a real hardcore sports fan. But yeah, doggy, haven't heard that tone in your voice in a little while. Keep your chin up, bro. Let's go here to 760.
What the fuck was that? It's WAP.
Yep.
I'm about to just go nuts, man. I'm gonna piss people off right now. If you are a Carr stand right now, I'm about to offend your ass. That piss poor performance. 14 fucking points, and we just get our fucking cheeks busted in. Unfucking believable. Defense, fucking non-existent. Paul Gunther needs to get his ass beat.
Ungoddamn
fucking Derek Carr, 6-year vet, and he's still making dumb rookie mistakes. I cannot back this dude up anymore. I don't care. He's a good guy. But he is in a wrong fucking sport. He needs to go back to playing tennis or something. This fucking quarterback bullshit that he's doing, garbage. I'm sick of it. Dude is a fucking nutcase, man. He is not playing well. throws the fucking ball to the wrong fucking side. He's only looking one side of the field. I mean, what the fuck? We can't even get 1 fucking yard? Oh, unbelievable. Where is Al Pacino to give us that fucking whole night, any given Sunday speech? You know, this team has talent, but it's just mediocre talent, if not. Everyone's made of fucking eggshells. It's just unbelievable. I don't get it. The only people that like this dude are Carr's brother and Raider Cody. Unbelievable. This is just, I can't back that. Anyone that can say, oh, Carr's going to bounce back. Fuck, no, he's not. 5 years, 6 years into being our quarterback, we know what we got. A subpar quarterback. He is not a quarterback number 1. Put Mike Glennon in. I'd rather just deal with his problems, because Carr's idiotic moments and back-breaking, it's just, oh, God, I'm so sick of it. Carl Joseph, kick fucking rocks with no shoes on. Derek Carr, kick fucking rocks, no shoes on. I mean, God, this team is, I just want to punch an old lady in the face right now. I'm so fucking angry. Not really, but it would probably alleviate some of my stress. This is unbelievable. I don't get this. How does this team play this piss poor? It's just, the Dolphins scored more points than us. The Dolphins scored more points than us.
Damn.
It's unbelievable. This is just, man. Here we go, 4-12 season. On there. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to commence to fucking up my liver and my lungs. So you guys have a wonderful...
Yeah. Wow, man. We missed you, dog.
First of all, in case you didn't hear me, hide your grandmas, bro.
Wob coming with the insults I never heard before. Wob doing his best impression of the dad from A Christmas Story. Man, that was a hell of a call. It was a flamethrower call. Right now, Wob, that T-shirt's on your back unless somebody comes and steals it.
Absolutely, man.
I hear the calls coming in. We're still trying to clear the inbox here. I'm going to call at least one of you guys back here in a minute. Wob, man, thank you for the call. You've been missing from our show. And that's the kind of fire and energy that we need on here, because Raider Nation's pissed. You're speaking for everybody. I think, people are like, wow, Wop's unwound. You know what? That's just Wop. Wop's going to let it all hang out, and that's what we love about him.
Yep.
He's speaking for a lot of us. Everyone wants to stay positive, but all right, let me go ahead and take this.
Take it.
252.
Call from
Julian.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's up, Julian? This is Kenny Stapler. You're on the Pillaging Podcast live.
Hi, butt plug.
Come again?
Butt plug.
I can't hear you, bro.
Butt plug.
Okay.
What's he saying, Robin? I don't know. Did he say fuck Wop?
I don't know what he said, bro.
I hope he didn't say that. Hide your grandma, dog.
Yeah, hide your grandma, bro. She's first on the hit list, dog.
I'm not sure what that was. I'm sorry if I hung up on you and you were trying to say something, but I felt like you were playing a game there, so I'm moving on.
Yeah, we don't play those games, dog. Don't come on our show and fucking play games, bro.
Remember, I got your phone number. 360. Let's go to 360. See what's doing.
Kenny Che Kane, what's up, Pillagers? This is Pete. How we doing?
First of all, I just want to say we had 303 going through changes. We had Wop letting all hang out, and here comes Pete. Pete's going to set y'all straight.
You know what? This week I would like to start off my call with a story. A little bit of a story about what happened after today's game. So, after this disappointing loss, I went out and started grilling some chicken that I'd been marinating. I'm wearing an old Raiders shirt I've owned for some time now. And my bag of chicken, the barbecue sauce, imploded on you, boy. And I thought to myself, I'm like, do I try and wash this out? Should I do something cool with the shirt?
No.
Should I just throw it away? And I thought, no. I got a better idea. So after I got done grilling, I lit the shirt on fire in a fire pit, did a few Hail Marys, and tried to look up something to say. Well, you might ask, Peter, you being weird? Or, Peter, you're not mad at the Raiders giving up on the Raiders. No. I'm just doing my best to help the team any way I can as a fan, because we fucking suck. All right? If it's chaos magic, some sort of ritual we got to perform, maybe we should all join hands and I don't know. Man, we're bad.
Look, I'm not going to beat up the fact that we lost to a good team, which we did. And we lost to a good team last week, too. But the thing is, with clamor and whatever else among Raider Nation, some people are riding the quarterback wave, that we need to replace Derek Carr. I'm not here to confirm or deny that I believe everything about that, but the thing is about this game.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Look, I'm not going to beat up the back wave, that we need to replace Derek Carr. I'm not here to confirm or deny that I believe everything about that, but the thing is about this game is we got holes all over the place. We're not very talented. We got to fix some shit, man. Like, if we want to become a better team, we got to become more disciplined. We got to have better play calling, and we need to acquire more talent. Through and through, that's all it was. We got outclassed again. And I'm not gonna, it's just, I can't say that you could fix this team in 2 or 3 players, or I don't know, maybe one bad coaching call, but it's just one of those things where, look, if they decide to blow it up again and only keep the young guys, I'm not gonna be too surprised. We'll see. We said that this game was going to answer a lot of questions. Actually, I'd say after this, Indianapolis is going to answer a lot of questions. Only questions I have are we going to get more discipline? Is Derek Carr going to be terrified against a mediocre defense? Are we going to be able to just go out there with some pride and some fight and not look mixed up? That's all, man. I'm not mad, and I'm probably beating a dead horse by the time y'all play this, but at the same time, all in all, I'm looking forward to this, and we still got shit to look forward to. It's a long road trip, but we're going to find out a lot about this team. And you know what? With that, later, everybody. Have a good one.
Yeah, excellent call, Pete. Doing his best to summon the Raider gods.
Yeah.
Burning things, chants, Hail Marys, anything he can.
That's all we can do, bro.
That's it, I guess, at this point. Yeah.
That's all we can do, though.
But that's fair enough, man. Fair enough assessment. I mean, I expected a loss against KC, Minnesota. I expected us to be in those fights, and that's where my disappointment comes from. But Indy, probably the most even matchup that we've had so far this season. So that's how it goes. Let's keep it moving here. 719. Thanks again, Pete. You always, every week, a strong call.
What up, Pillagers? This is Hardcore Raider coming at you from Donkeyville, man.
Ouch.
Want to start out with the positive tonight. First of all, pretty excited about Broncos and Chargers. Yeah, they both fucking lost, so that's pretty much the highlight of my day. So that ain't saying much. Darren Waller, yeah, he's balling out. Waller's a baller. What else we got? I mean, I don't even know where to start with this team. DBs can't deflect passes. I thought our run game or run defense was going to be able to stop the run game. That didn't really work out.
Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do. There you go. You're blocked.
Yeah, take your ass out of here.
Change your phone number. Sorry about that, Hardcore. I didn't want your call interrupted any more than it already had been.
What is the highlight of my day? Hardcore offense.
There we go.
We just don't have the weapons, I guess. Maybe injuries. Maybe people dealing with being sick or whatever. But nevertheless, man, I mean, obviously the two teams we just played, the Vikings and the Queefs, they're two talented teams. But just looking at this, man, this is going to be a rough season. They got to pull this shit together, man. I know a lot of people are like, trash Derek Carr, and I've been on the fence. I've been trying to support this guy, but damn, dude, if he puts up another performance like this, dude, I mean, I don't know. He's not going to be a Raider next year. That's for damn sure. And, if we draft a quarterback, like I was saying last podcast, man, if we draft a QB, that's going to be like a 1 to 2 year build, man, whether or not Derek Carr is on the team or not. So I look at it like that, and that's not exactly, fluffy butterflies and all that shit. So, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm excited for the podcast tonight, and I guess on to the Colts, and we'll see what happens next week. It's gonna be a rough fucking season though, man. Be lucky to get 7-9 if they keep doing this shit. Is Gruden tanking for Toa fucking Togo, whatever the fuck that dude's name is from Alabama?
Tua.
I don't know, man. But they got to get this shit together. This shit sucks. All right, Hardcore Raider out. Keep up the good work. Love you guys. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't think they're tanking, man. This team wants to win. All you got to do is look at the looks on everybody's faces. They're defeated.
Yeah.
Sorry for the interruptions on the last 2 calls. Y'all didn't deserve that. Believe that was Ice Cold Honky trying to call in with no jokes.
Oh, yeah?
trying to disrupt. But good thing I got this script in my back pocket from my hacker days. What I'm going to do is run that script, which is going to auto-regenerate my callback number every time it calls you on a loop every 30 seconds for the next 4 to 8 hours. So I hope you enjoy that while you're at work tomorrow, Ice Cold Honky. You asked for it, and now you got it. And by the way, you're never calling back again. Eat a dick.
Kenny! This road trip is not what we had in mind.
No.
By the way, shout out Bobby Wasabi for coming in here. Was your seat warm when you got here?
Yeah, it was very warm.
You kept it nice and warm.
Very warm.
You did a good job.
Yeah. And you kept the chat house cold too, dog.
You sure did.
Saying.
What the hell is up with Coach Chevy Gruden? Seriously, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. He's starting to turn in this car for that terrible, ugly ass fucking station wagon with the terrible fucking, what was it, the front headlights and all that shit. Yeah, man, it's not looking good, bro. I'm not sure what's up with Chevy, bro. Not only that, he's letting grandma die on the field, bro. And by grandma, I'm talking about Colton Miller, dude. This guy, he's getting the hashtag basura cochina for the week, bro. And I'm gonna explain why, dude, because you know what? He was getting burned, dude. I kept seeing those feet, and those feet were slow as hell, man. I believe it was Coach Robert Ortiz, shout out, who was actually showing a little bit of that film where he showed that Colton Miller's feet were just being sluggish, man. Not only that, he wasn't turning his hips fast enough where he just basically kept reaching, man. He kept reaching around, dude, and that's why he's a cochino, bro. That's why he's hashtag basura cochino, bro. It was terrible, man. The one thing though I do gotta say is I gotta give super props to our boy Darren Waller, a very hidden gem, dude, that not everyone gave a lot of eyes towards, whatever, man. And it's he got 13 receptions, 134 yards. It's starting to look like the Jared Cook effect, man, where when Jared Cook was basically one of our only weapons, it's starting to look like that, man. Darren Waller's hopefully gonna get a lot more looks, so that way he opens it up for everybody else. So hopefully old man Renfro could get up in there and start getting some catches too, man.
Yeah.
It's not only that, dude. We also got to look to pass to Josh Jacobs, man. We got to look to pass to our running backs. Remember, we got people that could actually catch the ball too. The other thing as well is I want to give big props as well to Darren Waller for his sophomore album, that Wall Street. And the one track that always caught my ear was that Booker T, because all you hear is, "Can you dig it, sucker?" And that's the one thing that I saw Richie Incognito doing, man. This mother scooter was actually, he was actually putting in work, dude. I was excited to see him come back, especially after seeing him in that Green Bay game. And it was cool. He wasn't the best, I'll admit that, but overall, coming back, it was fucking awesome seeing that, dude. And to bring it all back around to this whole vacation Coach Chevy Gruden thing, I gotta give super props, because I don't want to, depress everybody here. I want to give super props to that little flea flicker. You know what I'm saying? That was like the Randy Quaid of plays, man. We gotta have some more of that, because if y'all remember, Randy Quaid was a hilarious and lovable motherfucker in that movie. So you might have to do a little bit more of that. All right, Pillagers, Bobby Wasabi out.
There you go, dog.
Bobby, man, he's a natural now. Look at him.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Bobby took to the spotlight, though.
That was a smooth call.
Gotta watch out for that game, man.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for you now, Bobby.
Woo, it's going for that spot. Watch out, Johnny O. Stevie B.
Johnny O's coming for that spot, Stevie B.
Stevie B. Nobody knows what we're talking about right now, but that's okay. All right, second to last call here from the 210. Actually, give me 1 second. Talk at him for a second here, Che.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Look, I gotta shout out our boy David Marks. He's up in the chat, man. David, of course, came out to the first game. Him and his lady, David and Melody. They joined us out on the tailgate. They held us down. David's been rocking with us since day one, man. The other day he sent me a DM on Instagram, and he sent the picture of when he first moved into his house. He had just purchased his house, and he had us up on the big screen, man. And that was before we had the dual cameras. We had the backdrop and all this good stuff. I was just sitting next to a table. We had that camera out in the corner. And, yo, we appreciate all y'all, man. We appreciate all y'all that have been rocking with us since day one. And if not day one, day two. Because we wouldn't be where we are, and we wouldn't be going where we're going, hopefully, without you guys, man. So you guys hold us down. Come out to the tailgate again. Hopefully we can get to see you out there in Seattle one of these days, David. That would be awesome, dog. We'd definitely be hitting you up, man. Who else is on the chat right now? Sean Athletics. I don't know that I've seen you on here, dog. But Sean Athletics and Raider Nation.
And shout out to David Marks on there too. Ken Chun from the PJ4F.com. An original pillager, not just an official pillager. An original pillager, Ken Chun. He's usually on the night cruise, so it's good to see you, Ken.
There you go.
Good to see you. I've been posting the live stream to the blog. I've been getting back in there now. I have a little more leeway at work, so I can get on the blog during the afternoon with my boys. In case you guys ever get tired of Twitter and you want some new folks to talk to, come on over to pj4f.com. Just click on the latest post. It's going to be the first post you see, whatever that is, when you land on the homepage, and just scroll down to the comment section. You'll need a Discuss profile. Easy enough to sign up. All you need is an email address, a handle, and throw your picture in there. You catch me, you catch a whole crew of people in there. We got a few hundred folks that come in there and chat regularly. We've been a community for over a decade now. If you like to talk about the Raiders, music, whatever. It's mostly Raiders talk right now. We're in the middle of the season, so that's a good place to pass time.
Hold on, man. We got the man in the chat. Perry Evans is in the chat.
And we got Dirtlot in the chat right now.
That's right, man. Shout out, Perry.
Dirtlot, a.k.a. Godfather, a.k.a. the Raider Don. Yeah.
No joke either, man.
No joke.
Perry's the Dom, bro.
And Dirtlot's going to be out there
that Detroit game?
For the Detroit game.
That's right.
So definitely stop by the tailgate, meet the man.
We look forward to that, Perry.
That helps make this all happen. He's got strings and he's pulling them. Let's go here again to the 210, second to last call. It's a short one.
Yeah, just want to let you know I love your show, man. Keep up the good work. I love your channel. Huge, fan of what y'all doing. Just want to give y'all props and I'll be donating, let you know if you have Patreon. I'll definitely contribute as much as I can. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Appreciate that. That was a nice glimmer of light amidst all this darkness.
Yeah, right. And next time, dog, drop your name, bro, because we want to call you off by name. We want to shout you out by name. And if you're in the neighborhood, bro, come out to the Coliseum because we'll be out there, dog.
By the way, if you come to the next game, we're good on beer right now. We're good on beer. You can bring some liquor if you want. We'll bring some food for the grill, man.
Is there ever such a thing as too many chelas?
Okay, forget I say anything.
I'm just saying, bro.
Jay's over here trying to get arrested.
Come on, dog.
No, anything that you could bring. Honestly, we're not choosing. Just come out, bring whatever you need to feel comfortable and have a good time. And if you're empty-handed, hey, just come with your heart, bro.
That's right.
Pumping that silver and black blood.
Right. Yeah, but if you got season tickets and you're coming out every game, just bringing your heart, we gonna have problems.
We ran out of food last game. It was out there, man. But I hope everybody got to eat. If I don't get to eat or Shay doesn't get to eat, no big deal. We'll get that nacho bowl inside the stadium. As long as our guests are fed, that's what's important.
Yeah,
man.
we were talking about it. I think between the two of us, we had a taco.
Yeah, you got the taco. Between the two of us. What the fuck?
It's total, bro. I'm just saying.
It's true. These are facts. All right, last call here from the 812. Let's see what's up.
To all the outrage about Derek Carr, how much money does LaMarcus Joyner make right now, today, tomorrow? And what has he got in this?
All right. Well, how much money does LaMarcus Joyner make? More than me and you.
Well, that goes for them and just about every other athlete on the planet, dog. Just saying.
Let's see. Let's go to Spot Track right now. Let's see what the breakdown is. You got me curious. Here we go. So base salary for this year is $4.7 million. Mm-hmm. His roster breakdown, $4 million is what he counts. $350,000 workout bonus. His total cap hit, that brings his total cap hit to about $9 million. And if we were to cut him, it's $17 million of dead cap. I don't know. I don't have Rory here, but that's what he is this year. And then the contract's actually backloaded as we get into 2020. It's 4.6, 2021 9.6, and it inflates to 9.7 in the final year. But yeah, that dead cap number goes away after this year. So again, that's your boy. Your boy Tom Delaney doing magic. So I'm not sure exactly where you're going with that. You didn't follow up behind that, but I think you're wondering, if we move Joyner, we have room to bring. Hey, there's plenty of cap room right now. With AB not being here, that afforded us some luxury. We'll bring Roy on here to break it down. I was talking to him actually earlier today. He can't get on tonight. I was trying to get him on to break down some of that stuff. So let me go back to the calls and see who we missed. It's just a bunch of shenanigans. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's it.
Yo, shout out real quick to social media marketing, man. They just said, Kenny and Shay, you're killing it, man. So we appreciate that, man. Thanks for the shout out.
You're killing it. You're killing it,
dog.
We're out here killing it. Kelly Farrow. Yeah, I got some new faces on here. We posted a few new places this week. Facebook, trying to be on there a little bit more, trying to get more folks in here. We're never lonely. We got our pillagers or die hard, but hey, we got to build this army, dog.
Hey, Kelly Farrow, if you're flying out from Texas for that Bengals game, that's a home game.
Yeah.
You come to that tailgate, dog. We got you, dog.
We'll take care of you. Then again,
A-Lot, sweet section.
He's from Texas. Don't judge the barbecue, man. It's just a Weber, dog. We'll be throwing down that arrachera real nice, real proper.
Hey, all we're doing is trying to bring the most amount of food we can, bro. We can't afford to buy tri-tips and ribs for everybody that shows up to the tailgate, dog. You see how deep the last two tailgates have been? If you guys keep up with us on social media, you see the pics people post on their own pages, and then you look at the Pillaging Podcast page, man. Hey, man.
We keep it real humble.
We're rolling pretty deep, dog. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats. There's a lot of mouths to feed, bro.
We like it. We like that.
Yeah, we love it. But that's gonna get you. That's gonna get you about 8 pounds of arrachera, bro.
If you want to help the cause, you can always donate. PayPal.me/PJ4F. Take you right to the donation page. Really nice and simple. If you're coming out to a game, maybe hit that ahead of time. Then you don't have to. Then you don't have to carry nothing, man. We'll take care of it. Trust me. Those funds go in there. Friday, I make the transfer. By Saturday night, we're at the grocery store, and whatever we come up short with, we come out of pocket. We got no problems with that. My account's overdrawn right now, but that's another story.
So we got little problems.
That's another story. All right, so let's get back to these shout outs, man.
Shout outs.
That was actually a nice break from the shout outs too.
It is, man. You needed it. I can see you were kind of winded.
It's turning purple over here. All right, shout out to Luke the Champ 98, Kruger Shreddy, Paul Young, Jesse Castillo, Mr. Presentable 87, G4F team. Shout out to Oakland Bull, Juan B, Inside the NFL Prospect, Sensei Eugene, Raider Nation 1, Christy G, Hoghead 313, 505 Raider, Splendid Chef Blackbeard, Omar, Jack Snow, Fabrizi, for shizzle. Raider Reese, Andrew WM84, Todd Bradbury, Comfort Inn at Henderson, Las Vegas. Going to Las Vegas to get to see the Raiders next year? Book room with the Comfort Inn in Henderson. That's a free plug for you.
There you go.
I want a free room.
But hey, right?
Shout out.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Make it two. God damn it, there's two of us here.
I'm over here doing work, man. Hey, you take the bed. I'll take the roll away. It's all good. Shout out to DeVay. Shout out to Fall Breeze 187. They had me in the first half. And then I was like, whoa. Shout out to David Nairn, Rick Anderson, Mark Blades, Joshua Ternagi, who also just subscribed to us on YouTube. So shout out again. Shout out to Efren Ramirez, Drosky 916, 509 Raider, Dog Dirty. Shout out to Swimming Through the Sea of Life Like a Black Fish. Whoa, that was deep. Shout out Raider Nation 717. Shout out to Aaron. That's actually what it is.
That's his name, Aaron.
Shout out to S&B Doom Squad. I hope someday we get to use that nickname for our defense because that is dope. Doom Squad. Shout out to Barbie J. Precto, Randy Raider 614, The Real C. Breezy, Tech Pros to Go, Alan Mosaida, Crucial 10, Travis Rayfield, Chucky Nation, Japa 24, Reich 503, The Manimal. Shout out to Jason Cully, Ron Ladd, Leonardo Rubio, Mauricio, The Real Sonny Russo, and Matthew Menges. All right. Did I do okay on those R's?
Hey, man. Hey, you rolling them pretty good, dog.
A little extra maybe, but
a little extra. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's for the rating.
It's better than not rolling them at all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you're gonna roll them. Don't just roll.
Well, I grew up watching Sábado Gigante, so I got to be like very.
You goddamn right.
Exaggerate that.
I know why you were watching too. I know why you were watching.
Shout out to TVO, by the way.
Yo, IG shout outs, bro. Okay, I know that was a long list. I thought about it. I considered it, but no, we're gonna get these IG shout outs in this week. Shout out to We the Roses. Shout out Southside Blaxican. Shout out Bam Bam 530. Shout out Raider Girl 02. Shout out Mickey L 1968.
Sick.
Tootie Bird. Shout out In-House Studios 716. And this one was a little tricky, but I'm gonna roll with Kaali 23. Shout out, yo.
That sounded official. I think you did good right there. Yeah, I think that was good. By the way, if we mispronounce your name, we're sorry. If you're not on Instagram and you're not on Twitter, you want to shout out, just send us an email to the show and we'll get you on the air. If you got a cause, we'll shout that out too. Pillaging Just For Fun at Gmail. That's pillaging just the number 4 fun at gmail.com. Let's do some YouTube shout outs. Shout out to Andro Rodarte. You like that? See, it's a little like monster truck mixed in there. Shout out to Patrick Clifton, Matico 27, Luke Herbert. Let's just say Luke Herbert. Let's just say that. Shout out to Rach Loves, JD, Corey C. Shout out to the Beer King.
The Beer King.
Who spent his hard-earned money to go to a Niner game today. But to keep the wife happy.
But he had on a Raiders shirt and he was flipping off the stadium. So the Beer King.
And he was posting. I gave him a bunch of pillaging stickers too. So yeah, we laced it up.
That Great America parking lot lit up, bro.
I got season tickets to Great America. They tried to give me free season tickets to the night. I was like, nah, just give me the photo cake, dog. You hold that. Shout out to JNick34. Shout out to Cali Zed. Vince Talamantes. I've been waiting to say that. It's a cool last name. Shout out to Lord Hemnas and Ricky 7. Big shout outs to Joseph Sione, which I believe is Tuck Rule Fool. And if you haven't, you can read the first few chapters of his book over on my site. Just click on the Sector 5 tab. He's writing a sci-fi novel. I'm releasing it in serial on a tab on my site just because he's a member of our crew and we support that.
That's right.
Again, big shout out to David and Melody and Sean Hildebrand for the tailgate donations the last couple weeks.
That's right.
You guys made it happen. Jalen Davenport, Richard Lacase, and Mark Soto. You guys are subscription donators. You guys donate $5 I think it's like a week or a month. I don't know. You guys are giving a lot every week. I see you guys in the donations. I really appreciate that. I know it seems like a small amount to the rest of y'all. They're doing what they can, and let me tell you, it adds up. It costs us money just to publish this show every week, and so they're really helping with that. I run out of money. My account's overdrawn, and you don't see a show. Panic. Okay, send me $1 or something.
Don't panic. Send some money, damn it.
I mean, man. So yeah, so let's pick the winner of this week's call.
Oh yeah,
I think it's pretty. I mean, there's a lot of good calls.
It's an outright victory, bro.
But only one caller brought that flamethrower.
There's no way that we can play Wapo's call and not give him the win, bro. That's bro. It was a landslide, bro.
Ungoddamn believable.
That guy's actually banned from my website. Not WAP.
No,
that's soundbite. I might have to switch those out now, just on principle.
Maybe just put in WAP now, bro. Since he won, I mean, he wins a T-shirt and he wins a sound on the show, dog.
Really quick, let me pull something up here because I got a message earlier in the week that I thought was really important. This message comes from Juice, not the Juice you've heard on the show, but he's a follower of ours. I believe his ACAL11 on Twitter. But unfortunately, his brother just recently passed. His brother suffered. His brother, a lifelong Raider fan, Dodger fan, and I believe Laker fan. Very
my
similar.
guy right there.
Yeah,
man.
that's your family right there. He suffered severe brain damage after a car accident on September 18th. They had him on life support, and he passed earlier this week peacefully. Family's having a really hard time covering the funeral costs right now. Anything that you can do will help. You can go through our Twitter profile. You can find the GoFundMe there. If you're interested in helping him out and you're not on Twitter again, just email us or call. You can even text this line, the 408-909-PJFF. You can actually text that line, and I will shoot you the link if you really want to help out. I haven't sent anything yet. I'm going to. I always usually do. That's kind of how I met Bobby. And his brother's name's Daniel Mancia. I'm not real familiar with GoFundMe, but if you do a search there, they're trying to raise $15,000. They're almost halfway there. So if you can jump in and help out, huge, man, that'd be huge. But to the Mancia family, I'll be sending something here soon. Hopefully I can get it to you in time. If not, hopefully whenever it does get to you, you can use it for something and
recover the cost, man, because it's gonna cost regardless, right?
Yeah, it is, and it costs more than money. We already know that goes without saying. But Daniel, hey man, he's a handsome dude.
Yeah,
definitely a Raider fan. I see him in this picture here. He's Raidered out and got a smile on his face, bro. So Raider Nation, our hearts go out to you. I hope you and the family are doing all right considering. But man, even if you need someone to talk to, man, you can always call me up and we'll just shoot the shit, bro. You just shoot the shit. So again, help out the Mancia family if you want. Again, text, call, whatever you need to do to get in touch with us. I will put the link in your hands if you want to help out. So everything's appreciated. We're here to support you guys. We have a lot of fun and games on the show, but when things are serious, man, we can dial it back and we know how to set that tone too.
Absolutely, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's all respect. Anything else before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, man. I think that's
it. I'm going to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat today. Those of you that listen that don't watch the live stream, I get it. Some of you guys don't have time on a Sunday, but if you do, just think about us on a Sunday night. We will be back in the studio again, 7 p.m. next Sunday. All away games. That's going to be the schedule for the home games. Again, you can check the live tailgate broadcast pregame show a few hours before kickoff. Just subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that bell so you get notified.
That's right.
Again, we're not a studio. We're parking our van. We're setting up like everyone else. So a lot of factors at play there. Parking, security, Oakland Alameda bomb squad, whoever decides to get in our mix. We try to get set up within about 2 hours of the gates openings, usually when we go live. But if you subscribe and you enable notifications, you don't have to, you can take all the guesswork out of it and just jump on and check out that show. So that'll be our show during home games. And then we'll try to get back at you on Wednesday night for a recap and a look ahead to the next game. So that's kind of our tentative schedule for the season. And we're gonna stick as close to that as we can. But shout out to everybody. A lot of new faces in the chat, and especially after a demoralizing loss like this. It's really good to see so many in here laughing, having a good time, joking, being critical, planning for the future. A lot of just educated, intelligent Raider talk going down in the chat tonight. So appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You make us recording even more fun. I always have fun getting together with Che and talking to King. We're all really good friends. This is exactly how we are off the air. Those of you that come to the tailgate, you figured that out real quick. You're like, oh shit. So, but was it?
It doesn't change, though.
No, the Broncos game, we were getting it.
Oh yeah,
and dude in front of us kept turning around, like looking at us, turning around, and I handed him a sticker. He's like, "I listen to this show all the time."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm Kenny Stapler. Nice to meet you." I'm all, "This your boy Che." The look on his face is like, "I recognize your voice.
Yeah.
I knew that was you." So
it ain't no joke, man. And by that time, our voices were shot because I was at the end of the game, dog.
Ripped, yeah,
screaming our heads off. Dog.
Remember the post game studio shows last year?
Oh man,
we were coming in here like this.
We were worn out, bro.
It was a cool effect. Anyways, that's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. Make sure you support us through DC40customtees.com and OneNationFanwear.com. Again, we got a t-shirt going out to WAPO. So WAPO, you already know Dan WAPO.
Send us the size, WAPO.
Yeah, send me the size and we'll forward that to Dan. They'll be shipped directly to you. Much more reliable than Kenny getting shit in the mail because... Stalin. OneNationFanwear.com, PJ4F at checkout for free shipping. I don't know how much longer that's going to last, so make sure you get on it. A lot of his stuff's seasonal, man. He'll run designs, he'll pull them. He's a boutique shop, and whatever he has on there is select. And he's got a lot of designs y'all haven't seen yet. So I'm just saying, hoodies are up, zip-ups are up. He's got jackets up. It's hoodie season. It's on the way. Again, like I said, buy two because your girlfriend's going to steal one of them. You already know that. That show. Please, again, donate to the show if you feel so inclined. PayPal.me/PJ4F. Real easy. Be sure to listen to our network partners, Ladies of Darkness, doing good work. Their sound is immaculate now. They've come a long way.
There you go.
It sounds really good. The Put on Waivers podcast with Dwayne, that covers everything, all sports, all NFL, everything. It's a nice show. It's quick. It's tight. He's putting out multiple episodes a week. If you like that Locked On Raiders format, you're going to really like that Put on Waivers podcast.
Yes, you are.
East Coast Nation, run by Monster Mash Ken. You want to check them out. They're over there on the New York side. If you want that East Coast Raider love, that's where you're going to get it. The No Ledge podcast on hiatus. I heard they're in the works for coming back. We need that no ledge love.
Yep.
It's a little off topic, a little bit Raiders, a little bit of everything else, and which is good because right now the Crow's Nest is on hiatus, so we need no ledge to fill that gap. The Inebriation podcast, man. Chuck, talk to me, bro. I've been quiet, dog. But if you like that Chela segment, Inebriation's like a big Chela segment, and they're all Raider fans too.
With a little bit of everything else, right?
Yeah, and their Raider show is actually on Murph's network, so that's family right there.
That's what's up.
I always told you guys it's not competition, man. It's conversation. It's community. The Blackout podcast just put out episode 4. You guys have been waiting for Sean's podcast. Does it live up to the hype?
Absolutely, man.
It's a great show, no?
Hey, your boy Sean's doing the damn thing. If you guys were out at the tailgate for the Denver game, you guys got to meet Sean. He was out there with us. Big, tall motherfucker.
Yeah,
right?
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien motherfucker out there. But yo, man, Sean's the dude, man. So if you love Raider conversation and really detailed stuff, because Sean really likes to get into like the details of the game, of the rosters, and all the things that are going on with the Raiders, you got to go follow that show, man.
Wap already messaged me. He's on top of it. I got you, Wap. I got you, Wap.
Wap.
But yeah, I gotta be careful listening to Sean's show before our show. I'll be stealing his takes and shit. That's a really good show, and I just hooked Sean up with some more stingers, and we keep mixing his music. So the production details coming along in that show, but you're not listening to his show for that. I mean, that's just icing on the cake, is what I'm saying. Sean, that's a really good show. I'm hyping it up. The Crow's Nest is really coming together, man.
Yeah,
really
man.
coming together, man.
The Crow's Nest Network. Okay, let's clarify.
The CNPN.
The Crow's Nest Podcast Network. Everyone's doing the damn thing, man. We're really proud of how far this crew has come and all the places that we're going, man. So one of these days, we're all gonna be in the same place at once. It's gonna be It's going to be a good time.
We might have to take the show to like Roundtable. Yeah. So yeah, man. Remember, from the Crow's Nest, you can see all things. Wrong show. Still applies. Until then, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug, and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Chick,
and we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.